What's going on, crime fighters? Welcome back to the latest episode of the Film Cave, episode number 38. It's your boy Knight.
What's up, everybody? Logan here. This is a big one. This actually is a big episode. So we got some shit to talk
Haven't said that in a while.
about. Yeah, exactly.
Haven't said that one in a while, but this is the Film Cave, like we said, Joe. Oh, wrong one. Your one-stop shop for any and all things film and goddamn entertainment. So we have a great show. We have a fun show. We have a very fan theorized, all type of shit, dive deep type episode.
Yep.
And I'm excited, intrigued, and interested. And we'll see where it goes, man. You ready?
I'm ready, man. We got some shit to talk about. Let's get it.
We got some shit indeed. All right, y'all. But before we get into the show, you know how this goes. Well, if you're, returning, you do. But if you're new, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you like what you see here and you want to see more and be notified when future episodes drop, the easiest, the simplest, and the best way to show your support and to be on alert is to hit that subscribe button. It's great. Right?
That's nice.
Yeah, thank you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Really helps the channel and this video reach a lot more people. And hit the notification bell to be reminded when all episodes drop every week and more. So make sure you tune into that. And Logan's page will be in the description box as well if you're watching on my channel.
Yes. And is also in mine if you're watching on mine. So definitely subscribe.
Jezzer. Okay, so let's get into it. For those of you who do not know, me and Logan, we are a bunch of nerds, and we like to talk about film. We do it any and all day, but sometimes there are things we like to talk about, that step outside of the realm of film. But sometimes she comes back and rears her beautiful head into the conversation because why, Logan?
Because she's a jealous biatch.
Yes, because she is a jealous biatch. So, and I just realized I didn't restart my laptop before we started this, so we shall see.
Oh no,
how this goes. Yeah, and you're already hop skipping one too, so
okay,
we'll see how it goes. Yep,
we might be doing a reboot in between. That's all right.
We might be doing a reboot in between. Oh, shout out to the 15 people in here already. Hello.
What's up, guys? Let's get it.
What to do? Welcome. Okay, so that lovely segment, I did all that talking shit and didn't even set up the transition, is... I don't know how I'm going to go about this, but we're just going to do it because it's out there in the world. That was horrible. But you know what? Yeah.
That was the best you've ever had, but that was probably the worst out there in the world song you've ever had.
The best is.
You were like, in that segment, it was really extreme. It was beautiful. And then you
thank you.
Shit the bed there for the actual...
I did. I took I had a whole thing of laxative before anything and just smack dab the shit right in the middle.
It's all right. Out there in the world, guys.
Sorry. Out there in the world. Yes. But there's a particular way, a particular fashion in which we go about out there in the world. And for those of you in the chat, feel free to say it along with us. What particular fashion would that be, sir?
It is usually traditionary fashion.
You would traditionarily be right.
Oh, thank you.
Look at that. So, within that fashion, sir, what do you have for us?
Well, so got a couple things.
Oh, got a couple things.
I do have a question for you. Are we going to talk about what just happened at CinemaCon, like within the last hour?
See, I don't know shit about what happened because my ass is at work, so I don't know.
So, Matrix 4 has a title.
It's hot as ass. What?
Matrix.
What is it?
The Matrix Resurrections is the title.
That makes sense.
It does.
Okay. Yeah.
But then also they showed some stuff from the Batman. Apparently not.
I did see that a little bit.
Apparently not much new stuff, but there is a quote from Robert Pattinson that, as the true Batman fanatic in here, Obviously, I know how you feel about Robert Pattinson. You got to be
Mm.
proven wrong on that, and I get it.
Yes.
But I'm just going to read you this quote, and I want to hear your initial thoughts.
I know
So,
something about emotions or something,
so
right?
it says Robert Pattinson calls the Batman radically different from previous Batman movies. He adds that Bruce is really trying or is really working out this rage. All the fights seem very personal. And I don't know about you, but the idea of what that, like, obviously fights are cool, all that shit,
Pretty
but
damn
like,
amazing.
but what that sounds like in terms of emotion, in terms of character, in terms of the Batman, I love what that just sounds like. But what do you think?
No, I actually really dig that. That's Batman through and through.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't think it's radically anything new yet, just off that.
Right.
But again, I'd have to see the film in order to do all that. But I've seen something. 'Cause I was just looking at what it was. Let me see if I can pull it up in a hot 2 seconds. But
Yep.
something that the Batman is literally like, they're calling it the most emotional
Yeah.
one yet, and all type of things like that. Oh, now that I'm looking, everyone is like, all the
Sure.
shit's dropping about cons
mean,
and shit.
I don't want
But
him
yeah.
crying all over the place.
Yeah,
but,
no.
But
God, heavens
emotion,
no.
in terms of it's his character, he's brand new as well. So I would like to think that he will see some shit. Like, if he sees rough shit this early in the game, it should bring him back to his childhood trauma and things like that. You know, like when you look at that kind of stuff. So emotion doesn't scare me unless he's like legitimately crying all the time. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't want legitimate crying all the time, because that would make just me cry of anger.
Yeah.
And I just and I don't want to. Yeah, no. But like I said, I have to be kind of sold on Pattinson. I do like what I hear
Yeah.
with this. The emotions, we like a good emotional core. Batman gets to the root. What's wrong with you? What's going on? We love that. But yeah, we shall see.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I don't know. We will see. Okay, I'm trying to. Well, I'll put this. I'll try this out next time. Do whatever. But I was thinking about also going live on like TikTok too while doing this, because I can go live now on TikTok. I'm like,
I think I can too. You want to do it?
But the thing is, they won't hear
you,
right, unless we unplug the headphones. But I don't know if that'll interfere with the mics.
It will.
Right.
God damn it. That's interesting.
Right.
Okay, we might try to figure that out though, because there might be a way to do a couples stream on live, and so we are both together giving both. I don't know for sure, but I think that might be a thing. I've never tried it. I just recently got over 1,000 as well. So
don't give me hope.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm at 15% too, so I would have to go get my shit.
We'll play with it after the show and see what we can do, or things, whatever.
Right.
We will figure it out. Okay, cool and gang. So we have news of like I said, the cons and all that. That's great.
Yep.
I haven't been keeping up. After the show, I'm sure I'll go back and look at all world of Twitter and see what they drop. Matrix Resurrections, I like. Insanely appropriate. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Reloaded, Revolutions, Resurrections. Got it. Okay, cool. Have you seen the Matrix films? Yeah, right? Or no?
I mean, yes, been a long time. Definitely don't remember the sequels, but obviously the first one is unreal. But yeah. I remember the sequels. It's funny because I remember when they came out, everybody was like, well, those are dog shit. And now I hear people talk about them, and it's almost a Star Wars prequel scenario where now people look back on, they're like, they were actually kind of still incredible.
Yeah, that's like, I never, ever got the flack for Matrix Reloaded. Ever. I'm like, that movie was fucking fantastic. Like, and just the action scenes alone too as well. I'm like, holy hell.
Yeah.
Revolutions, you can make an argument. Like, okay, that movie is kind of but but Reloaded, I was like, sweet Jesus. I remember losing my mind in the theater, and still do every time I watch it. So yeah. And every time I think about it, I'm not sure if there's ever been films in terms of fighting choreography and just look since the Matrix films.
Well, they're revolutionary for sure. in
Right.
this-
I'm like, why has it been so
and-
long?
but the idea of like the slow motion 360 camera type thing with the still photos that go super fast around to
Right.
give you that slow motion, I think that only works for the Matrix in the sense of if somebody else actually did that, people would go, "Why the fuck are they stealing for the Matrix?" Like, it doesn't work.
Oh, I
You
don't
know what I
mean
mean?
like
But
the
like,
slow mo. I mean like the fight choreography and set and like the
Sure.
scope of everything. Like the fight choreography in those films are crisp as hell, and
Oh,
there really
yeah.
hasn't been films with that great of choreography since then. I'm like, why haven't we?
wait,
you know?
wait a couple weeks.
Well, yeah.
I got- I got something. to
So
talk
I
about.
hear. So
I might talk
hear.
about it a little bit.
So I hear. Okay,
Yeah, whenever we'll get to that for whatever this is.
we will get to
I'll-
that. I
I'll say-
completely forgot that you did. so
I'll
thanks for
I'll
reminding me.
talk about it in this Out There in the World.
Okay, yeah, because I completely forgot until you mentioned. I was like, oh shit,
I mean,
you
yeah,
did.
it was
Yeah.
a while back.
Lucky some bitch. So yeah, well, speaking of that family, kind of, we didn't talk about this, but Ironheart will get her debut
Yeah.
in Black Panther 2 bars. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. It's appropriate. I wonder how they're going to tie that in. Like, is she Wakandan, or
I
is
don't
like
know, man.
I don't know which route they're going, but
It's
it's very. I love it.
I so that's the thing is I'm going to be nervous about this movie literally until it ends.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
because there's no reason for this
No,
movie
never
to
change.
actually turn out to be great with all the shit that happened to it. You know, it's going to be tough, but I will admit my immediate thoughts are that's awesome, but also
Yeah.
I'm nervous that they might be shoving everyone into this to try to bolster it up. Like if we actually are getting Namor,
Oh,
And-
that's right. I was like, who else is?
and if that actor that we talked about that one time is Namor, I don't know
Oh.
about all that. Exactly.
Yeah.
So at least you see what I mean. So it's like obviously when it comes to Riri Williams, it's like I'm not nervous about her at all. It's just how does she fit in? Does it work? Like is she forced in to have a new Iron Man thrown into this Black Panther movie to make it,
I don't even think she'll be
a big
Ironheart
part?
by any chance.
Okay, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it'll just be Riri. I don't think we'll get to that point.
I guess that's true. I mean,
I think
Oh.
I really don't even think it'll be a big ass scene. Like I think she'll get introduced and someone will be like, "Oh shit, that's
Well,
dope," and then
no, that actually kind of makes sense because weren't they just saying that they're shooting at like MIT right now?
I think so.
I think that like in Shuri is there and things like that. It makes total sense for Riri to be at MIT.
And I'm pretty sure that MIT is
Yeah.
doubling as the outreach center that was built in
Oh,
Compton
okay,
at the end of
Okay.
Black Panther,
interesting.
in that whole area where he built all the buildings. So, because remember, Shuri's in charge of that too.
That's
So
right.
she comes back. So I'm sure MIT's doubling for that area.
Yeah,
you
that's
know
possible
where.
too. Yeah,
So, oh, that gets me excited. Hello.
I know. Yeah, so all of a sudden it's like because that's the thing is your immediate thought is well is she Wakandan, but it's like no, they opened everything up at the end of that
Yeah.
movie. Obviously, then the main battle in Infinity War happened in Wakanda for purposeful reasons, but
In Oakland, not Compton. sorry.
but it makes sense for them to come back and say, no, a lot of this movie can take place outside of Wakanda. So I'm in.
Right. And it would make
Um,
sense for her to come from that neighborhood and be a product of,
Correct.
T'Challa and the Wakandans of being able to have a life and shit,
Yeah.
And maybe at the same time still idolize like Tony Stark and be like, oh shit, hey,
Yeah.
or whatever,
And then Kenya, so Universal does own the rights to Namor, just like Hulk. So they can't have a Namor movie without Universal getting the opportunity to distribute it. But he can be in all their properties. So Namor will be that kind of character, I think.
Yeah. Dang, that's a good thought. Thank you so much. That's why I said it. But but yeah,
Humble
so
yourself.
right. So yeah, so we got the drop of Riri. So let me get these things out first before you talk about yours. 'Cause I know that'll
Yeah, I got you, for
give
sure.
us some times. Staying along the family again, we did not talk about how Anthony Mackie officially is getting his Captain America film, Cap 4. I'm so excited. I don't know who's gonna be the villain or what he's possibly gonna go up against,
Right.
but but
least he's
I'm
back.
very intrigued. Right. But I'm very intrigued. I'm very excited for that. It is official, penned Captain America 4. No, I'm glad they didn't do some bullshit like separate thing like, oh, this is a new series with typing up. Like, no, it's Captain American 4. It's still,
Correct.
like
Yeah.
continuing that name, and I love that they're doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh Elizabeth Olsen is supporting her homie,
Scarlet.
Scarlett Johansson, calling her strong. She's happy for her and proud of her. Keep going. The Disney is trying to brush this shit under the rug now because they know everybody on the internet is like, y'all are fucking stupid. Like, what is this? So now they're trying to be quiet. I was like, do you mind if we just kind of talk about this in the background? I was like, no, motherfucker. The world will see this. And then lastly, Venom is being pushed back yet again to now 2022. I was like, Jesus Herbert Christ, everything. It's like, whatever. I'm sure nobody's losing sleep over it, but it still sucks for the film to keep getting pushed back because I'm excited for it. I genuinely am. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Anything?
I mean, no, it definitely sucks. It makes me it's also obviously we will talk about the main story of the night in a little bit, but when it comes to that Spider-Man teaser, it wasn't meant to drop yesterday. They kind of that forced their hand after that leak that they dropped it along with CinemaCon, but it was actually supposed to take another week or something, and that was because they're looking at pushing it. And so they just had to force that teaser out. It's got the date on there, and that's gonna really suck if they push that fucking movie back.
Yeah, no.
Because I mean, it's a Christmas movie. Like, it takes place during Christmas. Don't push it because you have a December 17th release. That's going to be awesome. Absolutely awesome. So I really hope that's not the case. But yeah, so Venom 2 takes Morbius's spot. So now when's Morbius come out? I don't know.
Forget about that damn movie.
Exactly. Do I care? Not right now. But yeah, I hate that things are going to are we really about to hit another wave of shit getting pushed? Because they've even also said apparently there are reports that depending on Shang-Chi's box office, Eternals could also be pushed again. So because it sounds like they don't want to do dual release anymore. They'll just push it.
As they shouldn't.
Yeah, so a little frustrating. I really hope that doesn't happen. But I mean, shit, people get vaccinated, get the goddamn booster shot when you can. Let's knock this shit out.
It's fully FDA certified,
Pfizer's FDA approved. Let's go.
That shit. Right. So get it together.
No reason to wait.
And before we get into your big news, I also want to say, straight off the heels of his birthday, it's Mamba Day. So Mamba, Kobe, we miss you. We love you, buddy. And it's still rough out here without you. You can see a little bit. But it's but it's Mamba Day to the late great Kobe Bean Bryant. Like I said, loved and missed Everyday Pimp, my personal GOAT and one of my biggest inspirations in life. Thank you for everything, brother.
Crazy.
All right, so this here motherfucker to my left, whatever you're looking at screen, got a little special treat and got to see a little something. A little something. You might have heard about it. I don't know. Apparently it's trash. But do you mind explaining to the folks what exactly that is?
Yeah. So last week I got the chance. I actually still have the poster right here. I got the chance to go to the early IMAX screening of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Here we are. It's a pretty poster, very minimalist poster. I like it. But yeah, got to see the movie, like 2.5 weeks earlier or something like that. It's fucking awesome. Super cool that they did that. It was a fan screening, so I actually went and stood in line. I took the whole day off of work, stood in line with my cousin.
The whole day.
Like,
got it.
I just did because it was also What If Day. So like I go into work late anyway, and so I was like,
It's
I'm not.
garbage day.
All
I
right.
don't know if you know. I guess you don't get the reference. Okay. Never mind.
I'm good. I'm good. I don't. But yeah. So my cousin and I went, stood in line for a good 2.5 hours, something like that,
Sweet
and
Christmas.
got to see Shang-Chi. Got our perfect seats. I think I was 7th in line, something like that. But there were people that waited there all goddamn day, like the people that were in front.
Right.
But yeah, so saw the movie, and I will be the first to admit, I personally did not think it was nearly as good as what people are saying. Like, people are saying this is like top tier Marvel, one of the best solo movies ever, shit like that. Didn't work for me. Not to say it's a bad movie. So this is what's so funny is Marvel does things so great that it's still a really good movie. But it did not work for me. Like I mean, I had high expectations because people that I respect that usually don't like generic Marvel movies were like, holy shit, this one's insane. I love it to death, whatever. And didn't work for me. I even heard that the after credit scene is like jaw dropping, incredible, had the crowd cheering, whatever. My theater was silent and we just listened to them talk because that's all it is. So it was at the end of the day, it's a really good movie. I enjoy it. I have problems with it, but one problem that I don't have is the action in the first half of this motherfucking movie. It is by far the best we've ever seen in the MCU. I will be the first one to admit as well that initial tweet that I had that said best fight scenes in any movie ever. So the fight scenes are actually that good. It's only 2 scenes that I'm actually talking about, but also the screen when you sat down in the theater, it said tweet hashtag Shang-Chi and a tweet, and you might get your tweet on a billboard. And I was like, that might get on a billboard. So that was actually why I said that. But I can't type that in my shit because so it's like, because no, like I haven't seen all the raids and things like that. But then I literally, after tweeting that, I went and watched them. And no, this is a lot better than that. And
the raid's a lot better, or
no,
Shang-Chi? Okay.
In terms of the fighting choreography, I think that it's unbelievable what they do. The mix of incredible choreography. Simu is fucking awesome. I mean, he's actually doing so many of these stunts, and they get to wide out and show you everything because it's really him. But the mix of like true hand-to-hand combat choreography and like CG badassness of like a Marvel action fight, it's fucking awesome. Only thing is that it's only the first half of the movie. Second half of the movie, things get more magical because the 10 rings are involved, and it's no longer let me walk up and punch you. And I really fucking missed that. And I hope that when we see him again, they can somehow incorporate that back, because it's mostly because he's caught off guard, and that's why he's doing like true hand-to-hand fighting shit at the beginning. And it's fucking awesome. Absolutely awesome. But when it comes to the actual movie, my biggest complaint is, well, first, not biggest, but like a lot of the comedy didn't work for me, and that's normal. But I kept saying throughout this whole movie, she's actually not bad. I usually despise her. She's not the problem. It's the script. In terms of the jokes, it just doesn't land. But what I kept saying throughout the whole movie is, because it takes these people on a whole adventure, because they're just thrown into like, oh shit, all this new stuff's happening. And like every 15 minutes out loud, I was saying, that's really convenient. That's really convenient. Like, it's literally like, we have a massive problem. What the fuck are we going to do? And then 3 minutes later, they're like, oh, they're going to help us out. And it's like, it was really frustrating to me, because also what they used to do it, especially like the big one that I'm talking about, that we'll talk about later when everybody's seen it. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. But at the end of the day, though, the movie is awesome. It becomes a giant Marvel epic, kind of like what I got a WandaVision vibe, in the sense of it starts off small And you're like, oh wow, this is going to be really grounded, whatever. And by the end of it, you're like, okay, this is full on fantasy sci-fi epic. But it's also a thing of like, you could skip this movie, and so far it does nothing for the MCU. Like, didn't connect.
It doesn't really connect like that.
It does, and it also, like, you could never watch this movie so far, and what comes after this, unless it's a direct sequel, won't touch it at all. And that's kind of frustrating because they keep saying, you know, a new Marvel Legend is on its way and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, maybe you should have had him actually make an impact on the world, but instead, like, it's kind of a secret.
So here's the question.
What you got?
Black Panther levels? Or we're
No.
not there? No. Oh, okay.
No.
Because this was supposed to be that. This was supposed to be that? Oh, okay.
Now, when it comes down to it, so here's the thing. This is not a spoiler, but like, the Mandarin's in it. That's his dad. We all know this. The family aspect, like the Mandarin, that character, Wenwu, fucking awesome. He's actually a character. He is nowhere near Killmonger levels of a character, but you get that kind of, like, he actually has motivations that's not let me twist my mustache kind of thing. So I actually do really like him. Shang-Chi also has a sister, and it's kind of a trio aspect here of, we have an abusive father that we're having to reconnect with kind of thing. And that stuff is really good. But no, it's not Black Panther levels. In terms of, when it comes to the Asian community, I think that people will be very happy like Black Panther levels. But in terms of like overall film, no. The third act CGI is 10 times better than Black Panther's third act CGI, but that's because they didn't run out of time.
Right.
So I'm honestly, what I really want is, I want to diminish people's expectations once again, so that you go in and you fucking love the shit out of this. And so that's kind of what I want, is if I had known that this was going to be slightly, you know, below Black Panther for me, I probably would have really liked it. But instead I was like, holy shit, people are saying this is the best solo movie since, you know, whenever. I'm like, let's fucking go, man. And Simu's great. He's super lovable. I can't wait to see that character more. But it's not like, it didn't blow me the fuck away. So like, but I'm excited to talk about it in spoilers, because that's when it'll be much easier.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, y'all. So that's going to do it for Out There in the World. If there's anything that we missed, please let us know in the live chat or the comment sections below. If you're watching us on playback, and definitely we'll peek in and out and give our thoughts with you and keep the conversation going. If you made it this far, please, again, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and that notification bell for future episodes. All right, let's start getting into the topics of the night. So let's start off with one I just recently watched.
Yes.
And that is the Eternals final trailer. So that dropped. Now, before the show started, I was like, listen, I ain't seen this shit. So should I watch it? Because I'm trying to go into this blind. I don't know anything about the Eternals.
Right.
And he gave me an option. He said, if it doesn't, spoil much or ruin anything. So I was like, all right, fine. Let me check it out. Watched it, and holy shit balls. It's a pretty great trailer.
Yes.
It is stupid ass gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, makes no damn sense. Like, Chloe Zhao
fucking blows you away. Her
cinematography is just epically on another level.
Yeah.
Like, holy hell. Like, this is a grand epic superhero film, but it's just gorgeously shot like an independent film. Even the major scope of things, I'm like,
yeah,
this is fucking gorgeous. Like,
it's so good, man.
Like, it's not void of any color, but the color that it has still manages to pop even within its restraint.
Right, because it's natural lighting and all that jazz.
Right.
But it's still it's
like,
beautiful, man. Holy shit.
Right. So they gave us a bit of backstory, kind of like who they are, what they are, why they're here, why they were gone for fucking centuries while the world was going to shit.
Yeah.
Thanos, the Hulk, essentially snapped the universe back, and that gave them the okay to kind of be like, holy shit, of what I forgot what the event is called. Like it's like the
Resurgence
emergence or resurgence, some shit like that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Because by narration of Miss Fine Ass Salma Hayek, which makes me worried because she's only really in 2 shots of the bitch, and not really thought the whole rest of the trailer. So I'm worried. So I'm like, okay. And then we literally break down the characters, and we see Miss Angela. Oh, there's a whole lot of good looking in this damn movie. And yeah, it was just epic. We see Celestials. Yeah. I'm like, sweet Jesus, what are those? Oh my God,
insane, man.
Yeah, just casually, just pop up the trailer.
One just appears and it's just creating galaxies in the palm of his fucking hand.
I'm like, what?
I literally, it was so funny. I showed this trailer to my boss, and I was like, look at this fucking shot of this Celestial making a galaxy. And he was like, do you realize it would take like 100 million light years to get from his head to his toe? If that's a galaxy, like that's how fucking massive this thing is. But no, this trailer, first of all, it might actually be, it is up there with my favorite trailers of the year. It's fucking incredible what it does. The teaser, I'll just be the first to admit, the teaser trailer wasn't a great teaser trailer. It wasn't. It teased the movie by not showing us a goddamn thing or telling us anything. And so granted,
just standing on a cliff.
Yeah.
Epic shot.
So it's like, and there's honestly a part of me that thinks that's not even in the movie. I don't
think so either.
I think that might be the Avengers running shot from the Infinity War trailers where they're like, hey, everybody just stand here. This is all promotional stuff.
Right.
But I love that they had Kit say, where were you with Thanos? Like, I'm glad they actually put that, like, it's in the movie. Great. I'm glad they put it in the trailer because that immediately sells so many people because they're like, nah, it's bullshit. They should have already shown up, you know? And so that immediately,
that was your homeboy. Because when y'all they did all that shit, that's your kin. So what's up?
But so also, so from what I've heard, apparently this is Marvel Comics stuff. What it sounds like is the Eternals were sent here 7,000 years ago, and there is an Eternal waiting to be born from our planet.
Yeah.
And there needs to be enough life energy to birth it or whatever, you know, allow it to be born. And now it's become a thing that the snap doubled life energy on the planet, kind of flipped the switch, and this Eternal starts waking up. And our Eternals love, like what Angelina says, we love these people. We love humans. So we need to save them. And so I fucking love it almost feels like a heist where we have to go reform the team. Haven't seen them in millennia, which is fucking dope.
Good old Fast Five of Marvel.
And, and it's like, we got 7 days to stop Celestial from being born. T-Camp, there's a Celestial creating galaxies, man. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. The one that Angelina is fucking in the cave later in the...
No, that's a deviant.
That's not
a
Which one are you talking about that was creating? Oh.
I can't.
I thought it was the green bastard that was doing all this shit. Because he was doing shit in the trailer too, in space.
What? No, he wasn't.
He was.
There's just a random wide shot of a Celestial walking in space, which doesn't make any sense. That shouldn't be possible. But he's literally stepping. It's at the 2-minute 12-second mark.
There's no sense.
But apparently it has a name too. Like people know what that thing's name is because it's the green one.
I've seen it before. I've seen them. I've seen them before. I just don't know shit about them.
But the Analyzer. That's correct. But yeah, so it's at the 2-minute 12-second mark if you want to check it out, anybody. But this movie looks unreal. It looks absolutely insane. Haven't even got to talk about. We finally get to see their fucking powers.
It's a damn painting. Yeah. Fucking basically Icarus is like Superman. Superman, yeah.
Yeah, I mean straight up Superman. It's fucking, and also you've only watched the trailer once now, but like I've watched this thing 15 times. I fucking love the sound of his laser vision. If you like go watch that final shot again where he's
pinned down and shit, it's pretty epic.
And it's, camera's right in his face, so obviously the sound will be there. And like it's fucking awesome. Like it sounds like a laser beam. Like it sounds fucking awesome. But I'm super excited. I think that this really could do incredible things for the Marvel universe.
So I agree, but going back to your power thing, it's like not everyone's was so clear. So Icarus, obviously Superman, super strength, flight,
Right.
beams, all that shit.
Yeah.
Arcanus, whatever. I forget. Selma Hayek's is she can communicate. She's the only one that communicate with the Celestials.
Yeah.
She's the healer.
Yeah.
They didn't show it, but I know that.
That's correct.
Kumal's power, like he did some fucking finger shit, and I was
So
like, what is he?
apparently, him and Icarus are almost the same, minus laser beams. I think he can also fly, possibly.
Okay.
He can do, or he can shoot things out of his hands and like super strength or something like that.
Okay.
So apparently, a lot of their powers actually overlap.
Okay.
Like a lot of them have the same powers and
I
things
know
like
Angelina
that.
had like swords and shit.
She can create weapons.
All right.
Apparently, the little girl and Gemma Chan's Cersei, apparently their powers I think are identical.
Okay.
In the
But
sense
she was disappearing, like little girl. She was like teleporting.
but if you actually look at that, they're all doing that. So the first time I watched it, I thought it was only her because she's the one in the front. But actually, what's the black guy's name in it?
Brian Tyree Henry.
Yeah.
Tyree
If you look, like he's behind her and he also is invisible. So I don't know what the deal is with that. But maybe they.
Which I loved his character, by the way.
Yeah.
Just a few seconds. Hilarious.
So not even that. What's funny is I was watching a thing because there's a random shot where Salma Hayek is like, he's like crying on her, and it's right after a mushroom cloud. And they said this a long time ago, but he's the inventor, he's the one that runs the ship, things like that. And it also said though that he was a reason why humans have gone forward with technology is he would randomly drop some tidbits. And so somebody was saying like he might have helped make the hydrogen bomb, and then he has to see what he caused because he's an Eternal. He's watching. He loves all these people, and he's like watching his creation and what Earthlings do to each other with them. And I was like, oh my god, I love this shit. Like that kind of stuff where you immediately, I'm in on that character. I feel for him. If that's actually the case, it might not be, but like I love that. The trailer is incredible. I'm glad that you watched it because it's fucking dope. And then you have the fun. They did the same thing with the last trailer where, okay, let me give you some epicness and then funny tag at the end.
Bro, I was just about to say that. That's literally one of the funniest tags.
Yeah, it's great.
That's actually worked because it's funny because Henry is playing, he's gay.
Yeah.
And he's not, I love it. He's not hyping it. He's not like overly gay, but it's like he still has that little sass like type shit. It's like, is that an adamantium or vibranium?
Yeah.
And especially it was like, spring collection. I can't. I was like, wow, that is hilariously gay and appropriate because that's exactly what happened. So yeah, I loved it. That tag worked for me. The trailer was gorgeous. Amazing. I'm here for it. Thank God it's the final. I want to see nothing else. So yeah, so I'm all here for it.
Yeah, T-Cam, that is not the deviant that was with Angelina. That is the analyzer. I don't know his name, but let me look it up. Celestial.
And Henry isn't gay in real life, is he?
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I don't think he's gay in real life, partner.
Let's see, Maya, the analyzer.
Maya Rudolph.
Yeah, I can't show you, but he's the green celestial. Like that's the whole point. Is he's looking at a galaxy up close because he's analyzing the life.
Got you.
But yeah, and then what's funny is like the other funny line in it. There's only like one, and that's also from Brian, who says he's talking about like, "Hey, your sarcasm's never helped save the world either," And but I think it's actually from the deaf actress. Like she probably I think she like signed something or something, and the other guy. Like, I'm
interested to see her.
I'm
she's really good in Walking Dead.
I'm very intrigued.
Yeah.
To see how they utilize that because her character looks fucking awesome. And that one
Yeah.
shot that you see of her running really quick, I will admit it's very CG
It's weird, but
at this point, but I think they can touch it up because we're still months away. But if
he's not
if we
gay,
get
can you?
if we get more of that, like that could be a really cool world to be in where she's moving super quick. So
Oh yeah.
but I love the
That's-
tidbit that she's deaf and it works out because she does sonic booms every time she takes off and it would blow
Yeah.
her eardrums. It's like, that's just a beautiful tidbit. It works so well. God damn it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's not gay because everyone's also outraged that the first openly gay character was played by him.
Right.
In a Marvel film. And I was like, what? Why didn't you get somebody actually gay? Like, what the?
That's why
So-
I could have sworn that Richard Madden was gay, but apparently he's not.
No, what interviews have you seen where he's saying I'm gay?
Okay, well, what interviews have you said where any of these people said they're straight? I mean, what are you talking about?
I'm like, what? Personal life. There's rumors, but that's Hollywood. Everyone's fucking
I mean, that's
rumored
true.
gay. Meet his girlfriend and partner. Oh well, hey, well there you go. Rumors about him started coming through when he was confirmed to play MCU Eternals. Brian will portray the first. Yeah.
Shortly after his relationship with this girl ended, Richard was rumored to be in a relationship with 13 Reasons Why star Brandon Flynn. Obviously not confirmed because get the fuck out of these people's business. But
Right.
so like I don't actually care.
Right. But I just don't think his interview for Atlanta. I guess whatever. They're in Atlanta. Maybe they just want to get gay audiences. That's the gay capital. Maybe just want to bring people. Hey, watch Atlanta, and then
There you
that's
go.
about it. So,
But yeah,
who knows?
I'm really glad. So for everyone watching, so he literally texted me and was like, "Hey, I haven't seen the trailer. Should I watch it? I'm trying to go in blind." And I said, "Hey man, I don't know. I don't want you to get spoiled, but like this trailer's fucking incredible, and it does so much for the movie because the teaser didn't do it. Teaser's not good compared to this, but this
Not at all.
trailer's awesome. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
Thank you. So, one of the big stories was a little episode that dropped. An emotional
Oh
one,
my god, so goddamn
happy
good.
one, but yet a phenomenal, just fantastic,
Yeah.
fucking episode. And that is What If, Chadwick's first of many episodes, but his first, which is episode 2. Ravengers never fly solo. So yes, it was amazing. And the minute his voice opened up and just spewed out, I was like, oh my god. It was so awesome. Just so epic. To be honest with you, I didn't even really get like emotional like that, like crying, stuff like that, because I was just so damn happy just
Yeah.
to see how much of a good time he was having. Like
Exactly.
just let loose and just have fun, knowing this is going to be like his last contributions to this character and for us. Like it was just so good to see and to watch and witness. But the episode itself, phenomenal, such a good time. I love hashtag by Star-Lord. This one, like
Yeah.
he's taking the reins from Peter Quill completely. It was fun. I love the twists. When Thanos popped up out of nowhere,
So good.
sweet Jesus, I was like, what? And T'Challa just talked this man off. He was like, hey, listen, there's other ways you can kind of do it.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, okay. And now he's a Ravager. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Nebula was great. I love the
Mhm.
Cha-Cha.
Yes.
That
Apparently
was her
Karen Gillan
idea.
came up with
Yeah.
that. Beautiful. Holy shit. So good.
Yes. Hey, Cha-Cha. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We got a lot of returning actors. Benicio del Toro even popped up, even though I didn't know that was him at first.
I know.
Like
Is
he
it
sounds
him?
so different. It was him. I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
he sounds different. I guess because it's a lot more animated, so he just like go with it.
Yeah.
Um,
He's great.
yeah, he was really great. Thanos taking on the Black Order. That was awesome.
Fucking dope, man.
That was really dope. So it was just a lot. He did so good. Chadwick was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And another standout, another certified MVP for me was Jamin Hansu, as he was. I loved him in this. I was like, wow, having so much fun.
He was funny, and then I was like, Jesus Christ, like, can you stop talking?
Oh no, I loved it.
That was
You
obviously
are
what they
the
were going
worst. But there's always two sides.
Yeah.
to have a story.
But no,
this
episode's fantastic. It's funny because I remember when we were talking last week about What If Episode 1 and how we were like, okay, what are we hoping for the next episode? And just while we were sitting here, I said out loud, I was like, well, I just really hope that they somehow were smart enough to have Chadwick come in, but still be lighthearted and happy.
Yeah.
And like bring happiness. And literally the first scene, he is known as Star-Lord because he's saving planets.
Yeah.
And people are bowing to him like he's literally a lord of the stars.
He's just so regal.
And the fact that they somehow, I don't know what what the next episodes are going to give us and things like that, but like this first episode of him, I will go back and watch for the rest of time.
Oh yeah.
Just because
So
somehow, some way, the storytellers made the correct decision. Because they also could have said it would be really funny to have Chadwick come in, speak as T'Challa in that accent, but be a scoundrel.
Yeah.
Because that also would be hilarious. But like the fact that he's now
just
passed.
An ordinary junker.
Yeah. The fact that he's passed and you watch this episode and it's like he literally was taken from Earth and became an angel to the universe. Like he saved worlds. And I was
Robin Leach.
It's literally incredible. I loved it to death. But then also, so the Ravagers actually now are the Guardians of the Galaxy. There was no need for Guardians of the Galaxy because the Ravagers are doing that.
Yep,
therefore,
he changed them too.
Therefore, Thanos is a fucking Guardian of the Galaxy. It's the craziest shit. And I'm sitting there while I'm watching it when he's about to fight the Black Order. I was like, I'm cheering for fucking Thanos right now.
Right.
And I'm fully in. And yeah, the line where he's like, she's like, are you insane? And he's like, no, I'm mad. And it's like, God damn it, man. Like they perfectly like that's a nice little tidbit to the, he's Mad Titan. And then, but I also love Drax's cameo where he's like, hey, let me take a picture with you. I'm going to send it to my wife and daughter. Because Thanos didn't fucking kill them. And so it's like
Chadwick saved his home world.
So,
I'm like, Jesus.
I will admit, a little upset that in this timeline, apparently Steve Rogers has been, dissected by the Collector.
Oh yeah.
Because
Thor and Hela alike.
So
that woman had taste.
Which like, wow. I don't know if I liked that it's the helmet that gives her those powers.
I was confused too.
I think it's just meant to be fun.
Right.
In that world, it's the helmet. So you can easily say that in that universe. But overall, though, man, because also the fact that not only like it was so fucking beautifully done, because like somehow, some way, just this one episode is 35 minutes long, without knowing that Chadwick was going to pass away. It's also a beautiful African American story too, where it's like he's up there and his lineage still matters. And he finds the Wakandan ship and sees that his family's still looking for him. And he goes back and they fucking open arms to the whole group. Thanos is chilling and fucking Wakanda. She's like, I don't know about all this.
I'm pretty sure that's genocide.
Yeah, but like it was so
random.
Well done. Where this is literally one of those things that like whenever I have a kid who's like 6 or 7 or something, and they can kind of like obviously cartoons, great, throw my 4-year-old at it, whatever. But when they start to get a little bit older and they can, this is the episode that I want to play for my kids on repeat because it is unbelievably good. Because not only that, it's also, it is suspenseful. It's, I mean, he gets caught. He's get thrown in that little chamber and they're like, oh my God, you're about to dissect him. Vibranium teeth come out. It's like, of course, like he's still wearing that stuff. It's so good.
Howard the Duck. All that.
I mean, it's so well done. And honestly, like
Give me the tour.
If we
Go.
I know, screw it.
Yeah. Right?
And then he's like, when T'Challa says, "Dude, we have to go."
Bro, when he
Uh,
said that, I was like, what?
yeah, you realize like, oh, a little bit of Yondu rubbed off on him, like
Right.
calling him dude.
Dude, I was like, what the fuck?
And
I love
of
it.
course, like it was so funny because immediately I had people in my comments. Doesn't make any sense for him to be called Star Lord. That was Peter Quill's nickname from his mother. And
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on. I'm like, no. Peter Quill was a scoundrel who was walking around telling people his name's Star Lord because he wants to be an outlaw. I was like, T'Challa is doing the right thing and literally being called the Lord of the Stars.
Right.
That is,
But I think his mom really did say, "Oh, my little Star Lord." I don't get why the fuck she called him that, but
it's because of the dad.
oh, that's right. Which
So-
he ended up seeing at the end, Mr. Russell.
I'm guessing that's going to continue in this season.
Yeah,
And I'm
that's a
fucking
story.
in.
That's a story for another time. Yeah,
But it's like another universe destroying event or something. It's like, oh,
of course, this will be the end of the world. But that's a story for another time.
because he's literally not. He's so dumb. He's just going to be used as a battery. Like,
Yeah.
dope. I'm in because I did see someone because there's a lot of Chris
Speaking of
Pratt
Celestials,
hate, and in this world now.
whether
it's because I'm not saying he's the smartest human being in the world, but he's a likable guy on camera and on screen. But
I don't know what's his shit going on. He's like a lot of Trump support shit or
yeah.
ignorance or whatever the fuck it
Yeah.
was. Okay,
But big pro gun, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I do think it's kind of. I saw somebody post this. I do think it's kind of funny that if Peter Quill did not get abducted by Yondu, he would be 37 years old working at Dairy Queen, and it's like that's fucking hilarious. Like it's really funny. He's not 37. He's probably 28 or something like that. Whatever.
He's working at Dairy Queen regardless.
And he's sitting there jamming out to his Walkman, which doesn't make sense anymore because you've been on Earth. Why the fuck?
I mean, that makes sense.
Walkman?
That's the first. That's where the first date his dad took his mom. So I was like, hey,
Sure.
So why not be working? And he planted the seed right behind that Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
So,
but
why not? Full circle.
I almost wonder if they kind of are saying maybe he's like drawn to that unknowingly. That can kind of be
could be.
I mean,
those literally his roots.
Yeah. I mean, that is him.
Literally his roots.
But yeah,
Dairy Queen.
Overall, I mean, this episode's fantastic, right? I mean, could you have been more happy with it?
No, like I was smiling nonstop the entire time.
Yeah.
From just happiness, just emotions, to thrill, just the episode itself. Like it was just so phenomenal and just whimsical. I'm like, I am here for all this. Like I want. Sadly, he's no longer with us, but I'm like, I want to see that shit. Like literally, T'Challa Star-Lord took over. I'm like, Peter, what? Who? Like
exactly. Yeah.
I don't care anymore. Like I'm like, damn, you fucked it up. And I'm sure Chris Pratt probably has to be sitting there like, well, I mean, hey, what can?
Because it's even to the point of like you look at it and say, okay, so in this world, so T'Challa is Star-Lord. So instead of Star-Lord being with Gamora, Star-Lord is with Nebula, the other sister. Nebula's the pretty one. Nebula's the badass one, the charismatic one. I think that's why later on we're going to see a Gamora in Thanos' armor. Because she's gone down that path. Because she's the throwaway. You know what I mean? Because that's Nebula if she wasn't ripped to pieces by her dad. All she had was the eye.
Times.
And apparently the eye is from the Collector. And that was the debt to be repaid. So I love, like, I'm sitting there going, I hope they never stop What If. Ever.
Yeah.
Like, give me.
Like, completely.
Because obviously I love that this season more than likely it will have some episodes that connect. But like 3-4 years from now, give me seasons of this where every single episode is a completely different timeline.
Well, they said season 2 is going to be tying in a lot to phase 4 quite a bit.
Sure. I just mean in terms of like, later on, if they can't figure out like, oh, let's do a big storyline or this and that.
Right. Yeah.
But like being able to figure out like, oh, okay, so let's have Star-Lord change, which would make his love interest change, but let's just flip the sisters. And then what happens to Gamora? And all of a sudden you go down this list and it's like, well, let's make Thanos be turned around by Star-Lord and all that. And all of a sudden you have a completely different timeline but it works.
Right.
And I don't know how, but it's incredible. And so, yeah, it's one of those things, making the thumbnail for this, the fact that I couldn't put T'Challa as Star-Lord in my thumbnail was infuriating. But sadly, we got two incredible situations also from Marvel this week, and it just didn't work out. But he wholeheartedly deserves it. And
Yeah.
What If, the people that made What If, this episode is their crown jewel at the moment. Everything else could be shit. They at least made this, because I don't even think it was meant to be. But when he walks into that Wakandan ship and sees his dad,
Yeah,
I was about to start crying.
it was emotional for me a little bit too.
Because I'm sitting there just realizing, like, oh my god, like they never gave up on him,
Right.
and like just a beautiful situation. Because you flip back to Killmonger, and unknowingly to him, but they gave up on him. But like it's T'Challa, they didn't give up on him, things like that.
Right.
And in reality, I didn't even realize at the time that they were trying to say, oh no, they're not dead. Like Yondu lied. And so whenever he starts fighting Yondu for a second, I was like, what the hell's happening? And it's like, you lied to me. And I was like, oh shit, that's true. His dad's old now.
Right.
Like I didn't even think about that. But like, because at the time it just seemed like, I was like, oh, they must have got destroyed after he aged that much or whatever. But beautifully executed. Chadwick, incredible job. And
yeah, cause I was worried that bullshit. I was like, how the fuck are you destroying Wakanda? So I was like, okay.
I was very interested in if we get an episode of that world, but no, it ends up not being the case.
Right. And I did, that got me a little rocked. And then his conversation with Yondu, because that was just very symbolic. At the end, him not being, it's like, no matter what universe, no matter where you are, like you'll always be like, I forget exactly what it was, but just like, fuck. Well, all right. So I was like, all right, Dave, you said you wasn't gonna do it. So that's basically what it was at that point.
Yeah.
But phenomenal episode. Love the tag at the end, our friend, our inspiration, our hero, Chadwick. Yeah. So I cannot wait to see more of him, whether that's more Star-Lord or he's back to Black Panther, whatever. I don't care. But this episode was legitimately phenomenal and kickstarted up to one if not the like top tier of my like my Disney Plus show episodes or whatever.
Only other thing I almost wish that they could have done just there at the end, who is Black Panther when they're walking around Wakanda? Who do you think? I mean, I was interested of that. Is it Shuri? Didn't look like it because she's in her normal Shuri shit. So yeah, I don't know.
That's okay, because T'Challa walk around that bitch in normal garb.
Well, sure. I would think that they would let it, I thought they would have her be.
Maybe it's still him, because like T'Challa, he's still wearing a necklace. He maybe just doesn't know. It's like, well, shit, I don't.
Well, obviously different universe, but like Shuri was a 4-year-old or something whenever he got taken.
That's also true.
And he didn't take the heart-shaped herb, things like that.
That's true. So maybe they just didn't. Maybe they just didn't. So
maybe they don't need one in this universe. Maybe other things have happened where they don't need one.
Maybe it was dad till he got old and he was like, or maybe it was fucking
Killmonger,
M'Baku.
Could be M'Baku. Yeah, that's true.
M'Baku, but like, here, buddy, my son's gone. Killmonger in here. Take us to the promised land. Who knows? I don't know. So
interesting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. For the main topic of the evening, the one we all been waiting for, and there's so much shit to talk about.
Golly, man, we've been waiting how long for this fucking thing?
Yeah, and that's Spider-Man No Way Home. The trailer dropped.
Yep.
Excuse me. It's finally here. I'm gonna let you go first on what you think of the trailer.
Oh, really?
Yep. Let's go first.
Okay. I think
dive into it, but yeah.
I think because it is a teaser. You're calling it. You wrote his new trailer. I think that's why you're upset. This is a teaser.
No, I know.
But I think this teaser is really good. I don't think it's nowhere near as good as like the Eternals trailer we just got, but I think it's a good teaser. I think that what you could tell, they have a really they had to explain what the fuck's going on in this movie. So it almost feels like a clip.
At least they were supposed to.
In the middle of this movie, where when he gets to Doctor Strange, it's like, hey, we got to actually explain what's going on here, because we can't just tease this shit and not explain what's happening. So
Mm.
we're with him and Doctor Strange for a long time. They're doing the spell, all that jazz. But yeah, I think it's a good trailer. Everyone I've shown it to, they freak the fuck out. I think that they could have done the reveals better at the end.
Mhm.
I think the fact that you give us a goblin pumpkin bomb with a slight laugh and then Doc Ock, like, you should have given us goblin. Like, but with that being said, though, I think I think it's a good teaser. I don't think it's a phenomenal teaser. I also, unless this is a fake out with Doctor Strange, I don't even like how he's acting. I don't think it makes a ton of sense for him to be so nonchalant.
Just thoughts on the trailer. We'll get into all that. Trust.
Okay.
We have to say. Just give your thoughts on the trailer first, and then we'll go into all that.
I like it more than you. Go ahead.
Okay. Spoiler alert. I wasn't thrilled.
What?
Listen, it's a teaser. Yes, a fucking 3-minute teaser. But I'm like, I wouldn't. Okay, let me preface this. I wouldn't be as annoyed as I was if this shit wasn't drug on so fucking long.
But you can't.
So
you
overly
cannot blame them
hyped.
for that.
So, and then the leak happened and all that.
Has nothing to do with Sony or Spider-Man.
They could have released that trailer and should have like 50 billion years ago.
No, they shouldn't have, because there's 3 Marvel movies before this.
And they've done it before.
Well, no, they haven't. That hasn't been a thing.
They've never shown a teaser to a Marvel movie in between films that are already happening and coming out.
No, not with this many in between in this short amount of time. No, they have not.
It's fucking stupid.
No,
you can
it's
do
not.
All this fucking hype and all this shit and dragging it along
is
to show us nothing.
We can't see a Multiverse of Madness teaser before this movie comes out. It doesn't make sense. So they can't do that. Period. So when everybody's fucking freaking out because that March movie has no teaser in January, it's because their marketing strategy has to completely change because of how much shit they're putting out at one time. Because it's not including the Disney Plus trailers and teasers and stuff too. But continue, my friend.
Anyway, it was cool to see Doc Ock.
Yeah.
That was cool because that's the only thing I like about Spider-Man 2. So I was like, Garp, he's badass, awesome, love it. That felt good. I'm just like this really? This is what I got?
It doesn't actually show you much, even though it explains a lot. It doesn't show you a lot.
It literally is the most cryptic ass thing because, like I said, it leaves you with more questions of like just kind of like, wait, what the fuck and why and huh? So it's like, okay.
What do you mean? Ask questions.
I'm gonna get into all that.
I got you. Go ahead.
So now we know the trailer thoughts. Not a fan. I was annoyed. Whatever the fuck. I was like, fuck y'all.
Okay.
So, but
y'all.
I did like the beginning tones of the trailer.
Right.
That I will say. I was like, holy shit, this is serious. We have stakes. I love it. Got it. And then I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? So then, okay. I completely back up your sentiments on Strange. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, 1, have we learned? Nothing.
Yeah.
2, why you look like that? You look weird as shit. That's just a nitpick. I'm just like, I saw you tweet about it. I'm like, huh? Why does that look so placed? It just literally like a fucking just lace front. There you go.
Yeah, it's a
weird. Like, and his whole fucking silver thing is weird. I'm like, what is that? Yeah. But it's like, okay, fine, whatever. Bitch, why is it snowing in here? What's going on? Why are you doing the spell? First of all, what happened? Who is fucking responsible for this goddamn multiverse shit? Because now I'm getting 3 different instances of
I fucking like that shit. Like,
explain.
I thought we were waiting for Loki to end so that we could have this, and it's like, oh no, Strange does it. It's like, what the fuck do you mean?
I don't get like who's responsible for this shit now. Because now we have 3 different instances that I'm just like, who is the fuck? What's happening?
That's correct.
So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever.
So just to go off that really quickly, what frustrates me, and this is a thing, like I've argued with you about movies that you like and whatever
Mhm.
because of the same thing. And even though I like this more than you, this pisses me the fuck off whenever I bring up an instance like that. And I immediately have people that are like, they're writing themselves, they're writing it to where it makes sense. And I'm like, no, that's not what they are doing though. And so like I've had people explain like, oh no, but like it is Loki, but it's because of this and that and like all these things. And I'm like, you came up with that. Like that's not
Right.
what and so like
Literally everybody and the mother keeps using the same thing. Oh, all the events happened at once. And they're
at
trying
one
to
time,
line shit up. I'm like,
well, so I mean, technically, yes, the event of Loki, where Sylvie kills him, that happens at every second of every, that's always wherever we like. If we're in a simulation right now and somebody is watching 2,000 years from now to see if their friend was going to punch them, like if they turn it off, we get turned off right here, kind of
so
thing.
is Sylvie still responsible for the multiverse? Because now they're just everybody and the mother is apparently.
I don't think, from what
now
we
it's
see
Strange.
here,
And Spidey.
I don't think so. But what I do think is possible is
Right.
she unlocks the multiverse, and then because there's one shot that it took me a few watches to make me think this, but there's one shot that I'm kind of like, oh, that's kind of a nice shot when they're talking, and it's the shot where Peter is standing outside of the spell right as it's about to start, and there's like the shield looking thing on the ground, and Ring is forming.
Yeah, he walks it in and fucks it up.
There's a shot where he walks in, and I'm like, that means something because they do like a beautiful little thing. It's not just him walking in; they like show it forming around him and stuff. I think once he's in, every word he says goes into the spell.
Right, and that's just like stop fucking talking.
And so,
like,
right. And so it's not Strange being necessarily stupid. It's Peter stepped into the circle and spoke. Because I was also like, Strange was a brain surgeon. He should be able to handle people talking during his concentration time. Like he played music during that time. So it's like
I don't blame Strange for it.
And I blame him for going ahead
but for doing it, I'm like, why would you?
But I think it's a possibility that Sylvie unlocked the multiverse, but at this time, in this instance, this universe was okay. And then we do an event that's multiversal in some way and branch in a bunch of different ways.
But it's already branching because she did it, so the shit is branched already. That's why I'm like, how?
It doesn't mean that that this moment in time has to have branches going at this exact moment in time. That's the whole point. Is there's infinite realities where nothing is happening in this world, and the one right next to it, everything's happening. Like that's the whole point of a infinite multiverse. You know what I mean? That's what sucks is they are now free to say whatever the fuck they want, and there's no canon involved.
Yes, it's stupid. I don't like that. Like it's like,
no, I agree.
Make it make sense because now you're making it seem like everyone's just out here just like you get a multiverse, you get a multiverse. Like no, put it together. Like is it fucking Strange? Is it Sylvie? Like who the hell is it? Fucking what? Who is it? Come like if she unlocks the shit, sure. If she unlocked it, then we see the branch, the multiversal war, all the thing has started. It's chaos. Boom.
Okay.
So then Strange just made another one.
No, so I will tell you right now. The one thing that I saw that made me go, oh shit, okay, is the idea that
Mephisto confirmed.
Please no. Even though he also fits into this fucking comic storyline massively.
Yes, he does. He's very heavily involved in the story.
People think that Strange is him.
Yeah, because we're in the eye of Agamotto, so it's like, oh, it's not him.
And that's why I saw somebody say that's why the Sanctum is frozen is because Hell's frozen over because it's Mephisto. I'm like, what? Anyway, so what I saw that almost makes sense, and I kind of like this because technically, where Sylvie and He Who Remains, all that jazz, all that happens at all time. But somebody pointed out, what if the moment where Wanda in the after credit scene of WandaVision kind of hears something and then hears her kids and that whatever, and also the I can't remember the word he uses, the threshold. What if that is the spell?
Was Strange?
Okay. So Strange causes the multiversal event to where He Who Remains goes, I have no idea what happens next. And so it actually, yes, it is strange, because the only thing is, and the only reason why I'm okay with this somewhat is because the Ancient One spoke about the multiverse before. So it was a thing.
Yeah, she sent him through the shit. First movie.
Well, see, but I don't necessarily see it that way. I see her as sending him through multiple dimensions.
Well, no, because he's saying
But-
because the same thing
and-
happened when him and Peter went through the shit.
Well, right, but like, it's a thing of like, I think because she sent him to the dark dimension and all these different dimensions, and yes, the vast multiverse, things like that. But like, I think that maybe he causes a true situation of branch realities to where He Who Remains in the TVA couldn't contain it, and so all of a sudden it becomes,
he has a spell that powerful that
Sorcerer
fucks up
Supreme. I mean,
He Who Remains, of all fucking time.
Sorcerer Supreme. I mean, it's Doctor fucking Strange, man.
I know, but this is He Who Remains. This is like
Okay,
I
well,
am fucking all.
He Who Remains got stabbed by a normal girl at that point in time. Like, she didn't do anything.
That don't mean until his power, like of literally I am time. I'm just saying, like I don't know. Maybe the motherfucker.
You know what I mean?
So
that's the only thing is like, because at the end of the day, Wanda's stronger than Strange, but
right.
I almost am okay with that. If that's the event, that was the threshold. I have no idea what happens now. Because basically,
like her becoming Scarlet.
As soon as that happened, when he says the threshold, whatever, behind him in that window, it's branching already. Yeah. So if that's how they want to retcon this shit,
that's true. It was branching already before.
You know what I mean? So, what also I can say is at the end of the day, this is Sony, and Sony at the opening of their first Spider-Man film put the wrong amount of years up in big white text on a black screen of years in between Avengers 1 and that film, because they're fucking idiots. And it was a giant mistake that they've yet to fix, and no one's explained it. So at the end of the day, they could have made their own movie. They could have told Kevin Feige, hey, yeah, I understand this is going to fuck shit up. We don't care. This is what we want to do. And he's like, fine, go fuck it up. Basically, you already did. And maybe that's the case. So I am in that situation of trying to write them out of this myself. And sadly, a lot of times, that's correct. And sadly, a lot of times Sony is nowhere near as smart as us when it comes to writing a movie, because they've made some dog shit. So but I will be the first to admit, this is not a knock your socks off incredible teaser. It has a cool reveal
frustrating
at the end. And there's also some other things that I saw, but it involves plot leaks or possible plot leaks. But the other things in the trailer that I'm like, oh, okay, I actually kind of am in on what I'm seeing. Because at the end of the day, what I think might have happened is Doctor Strange and him go to a different reality. I don't think they bring the villains here. I think they go somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
And so
for sure,
if that's the case, you have, I think that the Doctor Strange he's fighting could be the Doctor Strange from that universe and not actually this one.
So who's fighting?
In the trailer, on the train, he's like duplicating the trains, shit like that.
You think they're fighting?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get fighting from that at all. Because he's just there in the fucking Grand Canyon making trains, so I'm guessing he's just paving the way and shit.
No, he's literally there. He's chasing them and trying to stop them. That's
why
what
is he trains for to do that? Motherfucking can fly.
He's in the mirror dimension just fucking shit up for fun. What do you mean? He's just trying to stop him. That's why what it looks like is the chase ends with him getting in front of him and astral projecting him, hitting him in the chest and shooting him out of it.
That's a different... I don't know. That looks different to me. I didn't get that. Maybe it's true. I didn't piece any of that together.
Because in the astral projection shot, Peter has some weird box with Doctor Strange's logo on it. And so I think he stole that for a certain reason, and Doctor Strange is trying to get it back, basically.
Yeah, that I do. That I see. And
but what I'm saying is, I think it's the other one. Yeah.
What was I gonna? Oh, and I don't necessarily think Doc Ock is evil. I think him and Spidey about to go ham on Mr. Goblin.
It's possible.
That's what I think. If it's the same Ock that had like a faint, change of heart, who was like, I don't want to die a monster, this was a mistake, yada yada yada. I think they're about to join forces to take on Mr. Goblin on that whole highway scene.
You got to remember though, it doesn't have to have the exact same, like that Doc Ock doesn't have to have the exact same story that we saw,
Right.
But
I'm just not thinking it's bad.
Because like there's a shot in the trailer where it looks like Electro's lightning is trying to hit Peter, and
sand pops up.
It looks like Sandman's blocking it, and same thing there. Sandman was kind of cool with him.
Right.
But I did see somebody break it down, and technically, if you look at where that street is and all that jazz, that's the same. That's the Hudson, which is where he dies in Spider-Man 2. He's in the Hudson drowning. So it's almost like this picks up. He is in the Hudson drowning and fucking climbs out, and there's another one, another Spider-Man. And so it's like, it's kind of interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do here because Alfred Molina gave away a bunch of shit, and he literally said it picks up directly where the other one left off.
Oh, and I didn't want to know that, but thank you.
Well, it was only a year ago when he said it, so
I didn't read or look any of the stuff up.
I don't have to. It's all over everywhere. I think that's why they showed his face. That's what I said in my video. Is like, of course they reveal him because he's the one that truly confirmed that. Like, he literally said like, I'm gonna be in it. They're gonna de-age me.
Well, him and Jamie, but Jamie didn't say. She's like, yeah, I'm coming back. I'm just not gonna be blue. That's it.
Yeah, but like Molina gave like, he was like, oh, it's really fun on set being in the arms again. Like, it's like he gave away everything. So like, it makes sense for them to show his face as the reveal, but also like, give us Willem fucking Dafoe, because like Doc Ock is the best Spider-Man villain out of that Raimi trilogy, like as a character, but Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is 1,000 times more iconic. Like, even though it's fucking weird, he is like the voice of Green Goblin from that.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
It works somehow.
Because Willem fucking Dafoe, like, he's just
so good.
Right.
And did you see the giant argument I had to get with that guy on Twitter today about the last line in that trailer before Doc Ock, by the way?
Oh, no, about a careful what you wish for, Peter?
Yeah. Who's saying that?
Strange.
Thank you. God damn it. It's not that fucking hard.
That is pure Strange. It's not even
I literally, like, I posted because I was like, I see people unsure and it was making me unsure, but I was like, it's obviously Strange, right?
There's nowhere near, there's nothing to be unsure about, like, with people. Like, literally,
multiple people were like, yeah, definitely Doctor Strange. And then this one guy was like,
I think it's Goblin just because the laugh was followed up.
Like, no. Yeah, literally, he's like, it's absolutely Willem Dafoe. Let me pull up other forms of his dialogue from the past movies and I'll prove it. And I was like, it sounds nothing like him. So then I just go grab a piece of dialogue of Doctor Strange, who's the only person that's voiced over this fucking trailer, by the way.
Yeah. That's it.
I'll go get another piece from this trailer and put it right next to him. And it's obviously fucking him. And of course, that guy's like,
I mean, isn't there like a closed captioning type deal where it tells you to?
So somebody said in the foreign trailers, it's the same actor that plays Strange that does that line too. So yeah, it's obviously Doctor Strange, but
yeah, like it's not even like William would be so much more fucking demented and sinister at this point because he's crazy at this point.
I'll be the first one to say it should have been fucking Willem Dafoe saying something instead of Doctor Strange.
Well, we got a laugh, I guess.
Right, but like even the laugh should have been fucking loud. Like, should have been that iconic fucking laugh. And instead, it's kind of quiet in the explosions and shit. And it's like, man,
I was like, okay. And it's like, there's so many people just coming up with so many dumbass theories and wishes and wants. I'm like, y'all are really stretching this shit. Like, I get it's multiverse. I really do. Yeah. But y'all are, come on, like, whoever man whose fucking forearms these are, you're literally about to become famous because everyone has been tweeting your fucking forearms ever since the shit dropped, thanking your Charlie Cox. And you're about to get some kind of like hand model deal
Yeah.
because your hand and forearms are all over the fucking internet. I'm sure Charlie Cox is in the home like, what the fuck? What's happening? So I'm like, it's not Charlie Cox. I saw somebody so far as go as like the same scene at the end where it's like, be careful what you wish for, and Peter looks back and he's wearing like that like denim like blue
in
suit
the same
as
outfit.
Toby. Yeah, as Toby in the fucking
I think it's an interesting like
MJ theater thing. I'm like,
yeah, it's a funny tidbit to just it's a detail. Like I actually do think it's a purposeful detail, but it's just meant to be like if they're gonna wear this outfit, they're gonna go with these colors. Like I just think it's kind of funny, but like what does it mean? It doesn't fucking matter at all.
I'm like, what? You guys are reaching so much.
Yeah, no, that's so fucking funny. I'm glad you brought that up because that part is funny.
I was like, okay. Why is it snowing in the sanctum?
So I didn't like this either. So apparently, what somebody said is this is what doesn't make any goddamn sense. This is what I mean. This is a Sony written movie, just off the bat. Because somebody said,
if you're going where I think you're going, I think it's just dumb, and I'll tell you why. But go.
So what I saw somebody say is, oh, it's because Strange and Wong both got snapped. So there's been a hole in the sanctum for 6 years, 7 years. And I'm going, this, first of all, takes place 8 months after Endgame.
Dumb.
Or whatever it is. Yeah, something like that. And also the fucking
and the stairs
hole
are fixed.
and the stairs is not there.
So
and also
the roof, let's fix the stairs.
Also, Doctor Strange walks up and lights a fire with his hand. He can't melt the goddamn mice.
But this one, like,
What do
maybe
you mean?
I'm like, maybe. Here's what I thought to myself, because if it's like a Christmas type film, New York doesn't snow like that. So just like, hey, let's fucking bring Christmas in this bitch. I miss it. So I'm like, okay, that's the only logical thing I thought that made sense. Because I've seen people with that hole and shit. I'm like, this is dumb. Maybe it's like, listen, doesn't snow in New York. Maybe they miss it. It's like, let's bring snow here and fucking all this shit. And then now they're just chilling. And they all got their own little, private Christmas. But
problem is, like, when Peter's walking in, I don't know who it is. I'm guessing it's Wong, because Strange is floating at the top. Right. There's somebody shoveling snow inside. So they're not having fun. They're shoveling, so like, but yes, it's dumb. And that's the thing. It almost is dumb enough for me to go, this better not be Doctor Strange. This better be some fake fucking shit. Because
he is acting weird and off.
And well, yeah, he's acting like he's written by Sony. Is all he's doing. And I don't like it. Because he's the Sorcerer Supreme. Like,
because I was like, is he going back to like his douchey, arrogant ways? Maybe I'm like,
that makes sense.
Because he's I don't.
He's the wisest.
He's still fucking arrogant and a douche. That doesn't change.
No, but like protecting your reality, douchebag. It's because I fucking know what's happening. Like, I'm the shit. It's not. Yeah, let's fuck around. Like that was never a point of view.
Or the only thing I tried to think of was like he's trying to do Peter a favor because they are friends, coworkers, what you want to say is like, listen, I know you're going through all this shit, so I got you. Cool.
But then he's screaming at him saying, why are you trying to have two lives?
Right.
So either it's terrible writing, which is more possible.
Yeah.
So I am nervous. I'll be the first one to
live a double life. The more you do it, the more dangerous it gets.
It's literally a thing of John Watts, director's name.
Yeah.
Is that his name? He's made 2 good movies. And obviously this is the most ambitious. It's the biggest, whatever. But Marvel also saw what this movie was and said, hey, man, you want to do Fantastic Four?
Right.
So either...
where Sony will not be attached.
So that's what I'm nervous about. Either Marvel said, hey, you want me to save you from being an employee of Sony to where you can actually make good scripts, or I see what you made out of that and we fucking want you for this.
I think it's a bit of both, because
yeah. So
really fun films. We'll see what this one does, and it's like we can definitely see that potential working, and can't wait to see Avengers Tower become Baxter Building. That's gonna be interesting.
Possibly.
And it's gonna happen. We already
Well,
know.
apparently it was supposed to be Oscorp, so that's what's weird. But I'm in.
What else? Maybe in another reality it is that they're
Oh, there
going
you
to.
go. Does Wong
It's
know
above
that
board.
he's a fake Strange? So that's the reason why that can't be the fucking case, and that's why I hate my life. Is because no, it can't be a fake Strange unless Wong's retarded, and he's not.
Listen, Wong is on his own journey. Probably that's why he's leaving. He's not paying attention. He's like, listen, I gotta go. I got Beyonce in my ear. I'm rocking out. I'm going
So
back to the temple. And that's it.
I forgot to bring this up earlier for Shang-Chi. Don't get excited about Wong. Don't get excited about Abomination. Absolute waste. Shouldn't have been in the trailer. Period. End of story. Massive disappointment.
Okay.
I mean, I don't. When I say Abomination might be on screen 45 seconds, I mean it. Like,
I didn't expect much.
But like
beyond that,
when I say he doesn't say a word, literally could have been any character ever. So like the fact that I was like, oh my god, what does this mean for Thunderbolts and all this shit? No, they just brought him back just to throw him in a cage and have him fight.
Okay.
And it's dumb as fuck. God damn that fucking shit. It's so stupid, man.
Well, you heard it here first, people. Okay, got it. But yeah, so like I said, the great things I do take away from this trailer, like I said, at the beginning half of it,
yeah,
really loved it because it was really serious. It was dark. It was toned. Like we're dealing with stakes. I'm like, holy shit, love it. Here we are. The world knows where he is. At first, I was like, I completely forgot. I don't know why I did. I was like, why does everyone fucking hate this man right now? Just because I find out. But I was like, oh, right, because they think he murdered Mysterio in cold blood and fucked up all of London. So I was like, okay, got it. Come like, bitches holding signs, devil in disguise, and fuck you. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn, what? And I was like, oh, okay, that's right. They think he killed Mysterio. But yeah, I love that. I love the implications of what the spell may do, erasing literally everybody, MJ, all of that. So yeah, first half great. Then the rest, I'm just like, what the fuck? So that was me for most of it.
So here's the thing: have you seen the set picture of Peter like walking on the sidewalk with something?
No.
Have you? Okay, I won't say anything. But
yeah, I told you, I've all shits.
But what I do kind of like the possibility of, because I would obviously guess that this ends with a happy ending, ish for Peter.
Maybe not.
You know,
I saw something that'd be pretty cool if they did. It was like if it was a part 1 and 2, like part 1 is Spider-Man shit. No, part 2 is like fucking Multiverse of Madness.
No, I definitely think that's the case. This is a direct continuation in Multiverse of Madness, but I do think Peter will be left behind. He's not in Doctor Strange. I wouldn't think, because everybody that's in that shit everybody knows who's in that shit. But I do kind of like the idea. If we were going to do a second Spider-Man trilogy, it goes from senior year to college time. Right. I do kind of like the idea of, hey, no, you got to start over. Like, this ends with everyone has forgotten not only that you're Spider-Man, but they don't know you.
That would suck.
Right, but like actually, because it almost, obviously you and I don't see it this way, but Iron Man Jr. and like you can't have everybody's got to have a fucking stupid, a mentor and all that shit. It's like, yeah, he's a kid, makes sense. But if you literally say, hey,
it's like a 15-year-old kid to be fucking 35.
Exactly.
What the hell?
But at the end of the day, it's like, hey, for this next trilogy where it's like actually him, he's Spider-Man, he's ingrained in it, everything. He's literally by himself.
It was him the whole time.
Like it could be kind of cool. It's like no mentors, not even a girlfriend. Like he's just fucking Spider-Man. So obviously, more than likely, Sony would want him to be just simping over MJ the whole time. If that's not the case, but could be interesting if he goes to college and he's by himself.
Gwen Stacy, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe we'll see.
Maybe, or you'll get your Daisy Ridley. You'll get your Daisy Ridley.
I don't need her to be. I don't need her to be a love interest to him. Please no, because they've already done a movie together, and she's definitely a full head taller than him. But but yeah, no, I do like her as Spider-Woman, by the way. But
not Madam Web.
No, I don't know why I read that so wrong. I was with my,
I was like Daisy Ridley.
I was at work and we were like leaving. We were walking out to the truck to go to a job, and you replied back and you were like the grade haired, and I was like, what the fuck did I read? And I went back. I was like, I'm an idiot. Like I was just like, hold on. I was like, God damn.
I was I was like, wow, Logan, like, you're right this morning.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Man, I still
But
like Daisy Ridley.
I did see. So somebody just said, "Did you see Flash Thompson dyed his hair
Yes, I
blonde?"
did. Looking like
He
a
looks
dumbass.
like a fucking idiot. I cannot believe they're making that poor actor look more and more fucking stupid.
He shouldn't be Flash Thompson to begin
No.
with, but he has
I
like the
hope they
whole
swap him.
blonde, like fucking.
He looks emo. He looks like
Cobra right.
he looks like
He's
2008
gonna be doing
Warped
this
Tour.
the whole movie.
I mean, he's a big fan
Hey.
of Paramore
And Evanescence and shit. I'm like,
man.
what? I'm like, dear God.
I almost hope that they swap him with fucking Amazing Spider-Man's Flash somehow. Because that guy actually, I didn't have a problem with that guy. He was pretty good Flash.
Right. Well, he's like in his fucking 30s to 40s now at this point.
He's grown out. Yeah.
Right. So can't do that. Or just bring back Joe Manganiello, whatever. Magellano, what the fuck his name is. So bring him back as Flash, and then there you go. I'm like, what grade are you in?
He's a teacher.
Right. Right.
But no, at the end of the day, I'm obviously excited for the movie. I'm nervous for it. But
I'm incredibly excited for this.
But yeah, I mean,
but
I think it would have been cool to have better reveals.
Yes.
But
next trailer, I need the excitement level to be so extreme that my fucking video gets taken down because it's too graphic for the amount of shit that's going to be flying all over the screen. That's what I need.
So let me ask you this, because it seems like to me, at least in this teaser, they obviously kept the big reveals to the two main Raimi, Tobey Maguire villains.
Mm-hmm.
You had Goblin and Doc Ock. Mm-hmm. It almost seems like they're trying to keep Electro and Lizard.
Sandman and Lizard.
Sandman's Raimi.
Or Venom, whichever one they say.
No, it's Lizard. He has a tail.
Yeah, I know. I didn't see the tail, but I just I saw the lunch.
Somebody like raised the brightness up real big. You could see when he makes his initial jump, there's a tail. Gotcha. But it does make me feel like they're setting up a Tobey reveal for the trailer, but no Andrew. Because it seems like they're trying to keep Andrew's villains like, hey, they're not in this. Which I'm down for. I mean, I definitely think that Raimi's trilogy is more well known than the Amazing Spider-Man one, so I'm down for that. But also, like, I also heard somebody say, what if Andrew's actually not in this and just Tobey? And I was like, oh fuck no. Like, I didn't think that was an option.
Andrew's definitely in this.
Like, if Andrew's not in this, I'm done with that shit, man. Like,
yeah, Andrew's definitely in this.
Oh my God. So
definitely in this.
But no, I definitely think Eternals trailer's a million times better than this. But this is also a teaser, and if you put this teaser up to the Eternals teaser, I can't say this is not better.
This is better than the Eternals teaser.
Because the Eternals teaser was no reveals. We'll just show you pretty shit. Get excited. No. And I'm like, I don't know.
It looked like a fucking commercial for like a beer, like fucking.
About to see some like Clydesdales run down the street as Budweiser.
Right. Or like some fucking what do they call it where they manufacture beer? Like what do they call it? I forget, like
hops?
Distillery or whatever the fuck. Like I feel like that, like it's them on the horses, they're all gray, and then it cuts like the inside of like the fucking distillery. It's like all these workers and shit. I'm like, okay. That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Andrew's definitely in this. If you want to, you can give us Andrew in like the trailer, like a little end shot with him or some shit. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Yeah. And if Tobey is in this shit and he's not an asshole, you can save him for the movie. I
think it's
120,000% that. Really? You think Andrew is more of a save reveal of a movie than Tobey?
No, I think Tobey is a better marketing tool than Andrew. And that's the point.
That's very true.
That's what I'm saying with
They
I think
shouldn't do that.
I agree, but I think that that's what they're doing. That's why they're hiding Andrews and they're showing Toby's because Toby will show. Like everybody's saying, what if Doc Ock isn't talking to our Peter Parker? He's talking to Tobey Maguire.
Oh, he's definitely talking to Toby.
I don't
He's
know.
for sure talking to Toby.
Because
why would you go off of knowing who the fuck Tom Holland Peter is?
He's seeing a guy in a Spider-Man suit.
Doesn't necessarily mean it's Peter.
Yeah, it does. If you don't know that you're in a multiversal event, you see a guy in a Spider-Man suit. Hello, Peter.
But that's not the fucker that he's
welcome back,
used to seeing.
But for all he knows, he's been dead for a while or something. He drowned for a hot minute. I don't know.
Oh, he came back and the Spider-Man's completely different and years younger.
I mean, shit, man. He's like,
he's like, damn, how much water did I fucking swallow?
He's traveled how far down the Hudson? I mean, I don't know. It was also nighttime when he died. It's now daytime here, so I don't know.
You're an idiot. I didn't get a good look at you. You always look like that. But I also work too good.
Like, hold up. Weren't you
I got my glasses anymore. Right. Shit changed. What year is it?
I could have sworn you were 40. It's like, what the fuck happened?
Weren't you older? I don't.
Who gave you that suit?
Right. Like, oh my god. Can you imagine if Andrew's in it, but we don't get Gwen Stacy, but we get like Shailene Woodley's like MJ? That would be like hilarious.
No, I don't
give her a redemption for not her scenes just being completely fucking cut.
I don't think. Was there a rumor that Emma was in this as Gwen?
No.
Okay.
Because
I honestly think if she's in it,
I know Kirsten Dunst and somebody else was like seen in Atlanta,
right?
With another Spider-Man actor or actress, whichever one.
Well, that was the girl from Daredevil.
Right.
Yeah.
Deborah Ann Hall.
But I liked the idea. Great reveal, by the way, for a movie. Hey, Emma Stone might be in this, whatever. It's because she's Spider-Gwen from a different reality, live action.
That would be cool. They won't do that, but that'd be great.
It would be fucking dope, man.
Or give us like a Miles.
Right. Because of course, everybody, this is so fucking stupid. I hate my life. But that shot there at the end where Peter's looking back and it's the reveal of Doc Ock and all that. And he's got a random black woman in a car. First thing I see, that's Miles' mom. Miles Morales' mom. I'm like, it's a black woman.
Right.
Like,
his mom is Spanish.
She's
Dominican,
like,
sorry.
Yeah, it's like she's light skinned black. It's like that has to be Miles Morales' mother. And it's like, I fucking hate every single person on this planet right now. Y'all make me want to die.
They're saying the reaches are insane.
Also, if that is his mom, I hate Sony more than I could ever fathom.
Yeah. If that's his mom, that's
what the fuck
generally
is that?
Stupid.
It's so dumb.
But I want, like I said, I do want a Miles, and they won't do this, but for some reason, I feel like this would just work so great. It'll just be fun to see. Yeah. If while they're traveling through the multiverse and all that, they step into Spider-Verse for like 2 seconds and like they're there, that'd be fucking awesome. I would want that. I have faith they can make that work, and I just want it. And they're like, oh, okay, boom. Like it's like animated and all. Like I want to see the motherfuckers.
Like Space Jam.
That's part of that's the universe. That's one of the fucking shits. Go right in there and you see Miles
for Spider-Verse 2. But yes,
and all that. I want to see it. Animated little Tom Holland Spidey sitting there with Miles
because he recorded something.
Old Spider-Man.
Tom Holland recorded something for Spider-Verse, and Sony made him cut it out. So
yep. See, there you go. Just make it work somehow, and boom, and there you go.
No, but I will be if you want to end this thing slightly,
and that scene will be much better than all of Space Jam.
Yes, but I'll be the first one to say this teaser is not that incredible.
Nope.
It's just a Spider-Man teaser trailer. So guess what? Everybody's in. It's not like somebody's going to watch this and be like, oh, I don't know, man, I might see that. No, it's fucking Spider-Man with Doctor Strange and the Raimi villains. I'm in. And it doesn't matter. So
with the Raimi Webb villains.
Yeah, because all I can say is I showed this to Hannah after I made my video. I was in here for like 45 minutes editing, making the thumbnail, all that shit. And finally I went in there, put on the TV, and I had no idea if she would even know because I haven't asked her because I purposely wanted to kind of keep that a secret. that because I knew that it was multiverse, all that shit. I didn't know the reveals, but anyway, playing it, Green Goblin's grenade lands,
A pumpkin
and
bomb.
I'm like standing a foot behind her and to the right, and
Mm.
she's standing 5 feet in front of my 65-inch TV watching this thing, just big screen. And she turns to me because the screen goes black after the grenade. She looks at me and goes, "Is that Green Goblin?" And she looks back, and the Doc Ock starts coming out, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And she's like, "I'm so excited!" She starts screaming, and I find out that like one of the movies that they owned 2 movies on DVD when she was a kid that she distinctly remembers. One was Scorpion King. It's one of her favorite movies of all time.
I knew I liked her.
And
I
exactly.
liked her. Yeah.
And then the other one was Spider-Man 1 and 2, or Spider-Man 1 distinctly. But she was like, the Green Goblin. She's like, "Oh my god!" And she was like, "Who's playing him?" I was like, "Oh no, they're bringing him back." And she was like, "What?" She was like, "Oh my god!" So like, it was cool. I liked it. So it was funny.
And then they made love for hours
And,
because the nerdgasm was just
Went
too
straight
much.
to bed.
Right.
Straight to bed.
Damn, I tried to paint a beautiful picture. Nope.
But no, so the teaser for us, it's fine.
The Scorpion King is fucking gold, by the way. I don't know if anyone has seen it.
God.
Yes, it's fucking gold. She is very smart, and that is fun times. Oh, I miss movies like that. Absolutely. Come for the woman in your head. Absolutely. Ronan. Boo. Yes. Have you seen the score? I'm sure you have to at this point then. If she fucking loves it.
I don't.
What?
Not since I was a kid, no.
Oh, but you have seen it. Okay, you need to relive it.
I don't remember it, but
go back and relive it.
She made me buy it. I bought it for her. We just haven't watched it.
Yes. Live well, die well, my brother. Yes.
That's fine. I'm good.
No, you silence your mouth.
I did see somebody say, "Kenya, what if that pumpkin grenade goes off and just kills Doctor Strange right there, turns him into a skeleton?" It's like that's just the end of our Doctor Strange forever.
that would be pretty. That would be pretty funny.
But yeah,
for a solo movie. See, look, it even gets a clap from Kenya. Look at that. I agree with you.
What do you think on? Because you're not a big fan of Green Goblin from Raimi. What do you?
I didn't say that.
Well, like you said, like not a fan of the design or something.
No.
Oh, you're okay with it? The Power Rangers design?
I fucking love Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. It's fucking great.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's fucking Willem Dafoe.
Well, so but my question was like, if they were going to revamp his look,
that's what I'm curious about.
Or do you want him?
They're going to revamp it.
Well, they didn't revamp Doc Ock.
Yeah, they did.
Looks identical.
No, he doesn't. He has a whole different little black trench coat. He has some kind of red little fucking college fucking shirt on. He got all scruffy hair and shit. He's a whole different fucking thing. Yes, he does.
Obviously, he's not like they couldn't match his hair perfectly, but like it's supposed to be the same shit.
No, his trench coat is like billion times darker. He has like a red fucking undertone.
Okay, you're missing the point. I'm not talking about his fucking just normal clothes. Like his
outfit he's showing is that's their revamped version. It's still kind of like I'm just gonna throw on a fucking jacket.
Well, my point is like, will this be a Green Goblin? Like, will they go from Power Ranger helmet to like anamorphic mask or CG Goblin face?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna revamp his shit for sure. It's gonna be different. It won't be the same thing. Yeah,
okay.
That's what I'm saying, because they changed his up or whatever, but so they're gonna change him too since it's different, whatever. Because that's why Electro's different. Like everyone's different. So yeah, he's definitely for sure. Now what it will be, I don't know. Maybe they'll bring back that old school fucking animatronic one they was gonna do.
That's why I said that.
Back in the day, yeah.
That shit looks fucking awesome.
It did look awesome.
But obviously, I don't know if it could have worked in the actual like speaking of the movie and shit like that. But man, if you're talking about the same behind the scenes clip that I'm talking about, where they show that shit go like a full range of motion,
yeah,
it's the craziest shit I've ever seen. Especially for being like 1999 or whatever that was.
Right.
Like
it's probably because you couldn't see. Well, I guess it wouldn't even matter. So you can't even see like Dafoe's like emote through like that, but you really couldn't see it through the fucking.
No, but I think that wasn't supposed to be a mask back then. That was supposed to be he transforms into that.
Got you.
And like goes back and forth. But so I don't know. I mean, they could because I saw somebody say, with Lizard, they might not have brought the actor back. I can't remember the actor's name. He's
Oh yeah,
great.
no, he's full CGI.
But I think he's never going to be not Lizard. He's always going to be Lizard. So
no, for sure.
I could see them, but also it's Willem fucking Dafoe, man. Let him.
I like this. If he does like let's say like George says here, like if they put that motherfucker in prosthetics and just says fucking go, I am for it. Like get you some like goblin, like just and have him emote through all that shit.
And just give me.
I would love it.
Give me the laugh. Give me the absolute joy.
Because he's halfway to a fucking goblin looking bastard anyway.
Right. Give me the absolute joy of him flying around, just just having a fucking blast.
Impressive.
That's what's so funny is he's like, he was always relatively appreciative. Like he's like,
yeah,
great.
It's a bitsy spider. What I'm like, oh my god.
It weirdly.
Nobody sing that song in this film, please.
It's weird how that worked, because that shouldn't have worked. But like, remember when he's like crying in the burning building as that old woman? It turns around, it's like he's like Jesus. It like got him. Something. And it's just like, oh my god.
And the whole fucking like Thanksgiving scene, like him just fucking going crazy with the knife. Like, like what the fuck is going on?
Or did you see? God. Oh my god, whose video? I think it was Heavy Spoilers. Oh, but it's the scene so where great. He's in the elevator or something, and he's like half like it looks like he's falling asleep.
Yeah, he's just like
but and
just the night after.
And somebody said when you nut and she keeps sucking. And it was on Heavy Spoilers, I think, and he just put it up in silent to where if you weren't paying attention to the video, you didn't see it. But like, oh, it was so fucking funny, man. Like, because he looks, he's just like, oh god, I'm out. Like,
yeah, it's like it's just all of that. He played that shit up so weird and just over the top. It worked beautifully, and only Willem Dafoe, could do that. Like when he's just unleashed, he's like going all crazy. It's like I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, back to formula. Oh my!
I'm actually kind of excited to go back and watch those now. Damn.
Oh, I'm not, but I'm not. But I'll be back to see the the villains, because who did it? I was watching. I think it was on Jody's Corner last night. One of the people we had on there was reviewing or whatnot, and one of the people on there was his own little separate channel was like, "Oh, I just didn't like it because this, like, it's a Spider-Man trailer. We only got Spider-Man one time. Like, this felt like a Doctor Strange movie." I'm like, what in the holy fuck are you talking about? It's like it felt like the villains were overpowering Spider-Man, and it's a Spider-Man movie, right? I'm like,
he was never even fighting anybody.
What
we didn't see him fight.
What are you talking about? I was like, have you not seen any fucking Spider-Man movie in life, let alone the Raimis? All three of his movies, this motherfucker is literally outshined by his villains in every single one. You're complaining about this? Like, I hate when people do that. When they bitch about, oh, he's not in the suit for 24 every fucking second in the movie. No, he's not, because I'd like to get to know the character and have that person developed outside the suit, because that's who they are. No, Jody didn't say that. Jody was the fucking sensical one out of everyone. That's why I'm like, anywho. But so yeah, I was like, what? I hate when people do that. Dark Knight Rises, Iron Man 3, all that. Character development, bad. Horrible. We don't want it, apparently. So I'm like, okay, fine. Anybody still want Dafoe as Joker? No. But I can see it. Would I be mad? No. Not at all. But I'm not begging for it. I'm referring to... How old were you when Spider-Man came out, John? I have no fucking idea. When did Spider-Man come out?
2000? 2001? 2002? I'll look it up. Let's see.
It was 2001, 2002, then I was 11.
2002.
12.
I was 7. And when I tell you it was the greatest movie I've ever seen in my entire fucking life, at that time, oh my God.
Not one single moment at any age
7.
was I like, nope, this is amazing. They had
And when I
fun. I was
tell
like,
you,
okay, that's cool.
when I tell you that Nickelback song, the Hero
I
song,
was just gonna. That's what I took away from the
I
bitch.
still listen to that fucking song.
Oh, it's on my phone to this day.
Yeah,
What
I can play it right now.
Hero? Come on
Yeah,
now.
it's
What?
fucking
Classic.
incredible.
Listen, you know what would make that movie perfect? They play that motherfucker song. If Toby's
Oh my
swinging in his
god.
reveal, play Hero. Just let it go.
Oh no, I have her right here. Never mind. I bet
Oh my
later he
god.
said that.
I fucking
She's
love
gonna
it.
talk here in a
That
second.
hero can save. Like, he just fucking swing it to the bitch. I'd stand up in a movie theater and just fucking start clapping. I'm like, yes!
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck the Spider-Man theme. Play Hero when he's swinging
Yeah.
in for the first time.
Because
What?
I remember my parents got me. It was actually they got my sister a like electronic keyboard thing for Christmas one year, and it was one that like it had like 40 songs on it pre-programmed, so you could hit the song and it would play a song and it would teach you how to play it. But also I'd put it on easy mode, and then you could just hit any key and it would just continue to play each key of the song.
Right.
And number one, the first song to play was Hero. And I was like,
fucking amazing.
it's the greatest thing I've ever had in my life. Like, I was messing with that for so long.
Dude, I miss that. You remember when superhero movies used to have fucking
like actual songs?
like theme song, like a song for it, like fucking
Well-
Batman and Robin had Gotham City. Fucking this had Hero, and
I think about, even though obviously different, but like for the first Transformers movie, Linkin Park had What
Linkin
I've
Park.
Done, and it's like fucking worked. Like that got that song on the fucking map, and it was
Yeah.
great. Even though it
Yeah.
like everybody makes fun of it. It's like if it's a Michael Bay movie, like
Linkin
it's
Park
like
somewhere.
this is the end of the movie, and then it's like Black Hands, and it's like blare the music, and that's
Right.
straight up what they do with What I've Done in the end of Transformers. But
It's
like,
ridiculous. Well, like I missed that.
yeah,
Like,
no,
man,
it was
fucking
good,
Daredevil had Evanescence. Fucking
yeah, exactly.
like bring back
I still listen to that
soundtracks. Oh yeah, come on now.
I know that whole album by heart.
Gotham City, like come, bro. I miss that. We need to get those back. Have a mainstream movie and just have like.
It's gonna be tough though, man, because people are so snobby now that like
fuck them.
You know, but like, what artist would you get? Like, you can't get Ed Sheeran to make the new Doctor Strange song.
No,
you
dear
know
God.
what I mean? Like, it's like, so who are you gonna get? Like, I mean, if Lizzo had made
Panic
Black
at the Disco
Widow,
or some shit, like, Lizzo made Black Widow. You're stupid. No, I don't know. They would figure it out.
now
They
we got
would
Venom.
figure it out. That's true.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
That's true. Venom brought it back.
We got that Venom.
Wow. Venom brought it back.
And that song
That's
is
hilarious.
garbage, but it's so funny, man.
No, you can't even bullshit. Venom brought it back. That was the only one recent that did. Wow.
That's so funny.
Had a video and everything. Like, oh my God. Like, I remember Gotham City, like fucking R. Kelly was there. He was riding down the fucking ghetto in the Batmobile. And the Batmobile and shit with the fucking gospel choir and them. I'm like, what is happening?
Oh
and they
my
just
God,
play
that's
clips
so
of the
funny.
movies.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
my God.
I'm trying
I
to
remember
think of
Batman
what-
Forever had U2. That song is still fucking, oh my God. Hold me, kill me, thrust me, kill me. Classic.
Sunflower.
You haven't
with
heard of
Post
that one?
Malone
Oh God.
for Spider-Verse. They did really force that in. But
Yeah, I get. But was it like? Was it a soundtrack? Like was a video like Spider-Man though? Like the Post Malone video. Was it like Spider-Man?
Let's take a look here. I'll tell you.
Because remember back then when they did all that,
You're
the
right.
video was all
It had to have. Oh, it is
right.
actually.
Oh yeah, it is.
It is. The thumbnail is a picture of Miles.
Oh, skim through the video. Was it Spider-Man and shit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the whole
Batman
thing
Forever, classic.
I haven't seen Post Malone yet.
Oh, that song is fucking amazing.
That's really
Oh my
funny.
God.
Do they not show Post Malone at all in this whole fucking thing? It's posted by Post Malone, but he's not even in the music
Oh.
video. The whole thing is Miles Morales, Spider-Verse.
That's funny.
Um,
It's that, and Batman and Robin also had Batman and Rob. The Batman movies. That's what was good about those in the '90s. Their soundtracks are fucking amazing. They had Smashing Pumpkins. Like Gotham City, R. Kelly was the main, but Smashing Pumpkins one. The beginning of the end is the end is the beginning. Fucking amazing. dear God. So good. Haven't heard that one either, sir. I'm gonna give you 2 songs. You need to listen to those 2 songs when this shit is done, and you let me know what's going on. I'm gonna text them to you,
Let's do it.
and you're gonna be like, "Oh my God!"
I do want to point out one thing. I think it was
Shit,
Kenya.
I play them shits on the stream,
Yeah,
but you'll have copyright.
Let's not get taken
Right.
out. But I think it was Kenya that said it earlier that I do want to bring up because I had this question as soon as I heard it too, from the Eternals trailer, where
Batman '89.
Kit asks about, where were you guys with Thanos? Like, why didn't you help with Thanos?
Mhm.
And because she says we weren't allowed to intervene unless it was with a deviant. And they had come out and said a while back that technically Thanos is an Eternal with a deviant gene.
Yeah.
And apparently that is not the same thing. So apparently Thanos' dad was an Eternal. Mom not. Thanos is an Eternal, but has a deviant gene. And that's apparently 2 different things. He's not a part of the deviant.
Yeah, no, he's not a deviant by definition, but he's a deviant. No, it's yeah.
Right. So apparently, because New Rockstars went off on that shit. Because they're saying no, that's not the same thing. And I haven't watched the video yet that they actually posted a whole video about, but he was speaking on Twitter because I had the same question. It's he is a deviant, but apparently it's basically he has the recessive gene, but he's not a full-blown deviant. But he's got a gene about it, which it's weird, but I don't know. So I just wanted to look up New Rockstars if you're wondering about that.
And yeah, Ronan, it's the better version, the slower version was in the Watchmen trailer. Batman and Robin had the fast version, which was also fucking great. He's talking about the Smashing Pumpkins song. So in the Watchmen trailer of the movie, they played it and it was slowed down. It's this is fucking epic. Which one is this one? And then, yeah. So there you go. And we're not talking good about those movies, Kenny. We're talking about the soundtrack to those movies of Batman and Robin and Forever. So keep your nipples to yourself.
No
all right?
nipples.
Yeah, keep your nipples to yourself.
I'm trying to think of how would I Google search what songs we're talking about? Because I Googled best movie songs and it's Let It Go by Frozen. I'm no.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
But I don't know how to
hero song, superhero
best songs made
best superhero
for movies.
No, maybe for you have to put superhero. You have to separate it.
Oh shit. Okay, you're correct.
So if y'all didn't know, this is the segment where it's dedicated to y'all with bullshit. Yeah, so talk to us in the comments.
I didn't think about this, but Eye of the Tiger for Rocky 3. It's good God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Superheroes. Fuck Rocky.
Okay.
Superheroes.
For
superheroes. Yeah, the OST instead of song. Batgirl's bat nips. She's the only one that didn't have bat nips. Batgirl had no bat nips. Just a man.
Batman Returns Face to Face.
Face to Face. What the fuck is that? Nobody's ever heard of that ever in life.
They got Sunflower. Batman Forever. Where Are You Now? Oh yeah, Suicide Squad with Heathens from 21 Pilots.
That wasn't big enough a deal. I'm sorry.
You don't think so?
I don't remember that. No.
All my friends are heathens. Take it slow. You don't remember that?
Yeah, I like the song, but I don't know. Maybe I guess if I forgot about it, it just didn't.
Obviously that movie is meant to be forgotten about, but that song was made strictly for that. In a way,
Heathens was a banger. Let's see.
Oh my God, yes. Fucking Broken by Seether and Amy Lee from Evanescence for The Punisher is in there.
Which one did that go?
For The Punisher with what's
I thought Punisher was no. I'm talking about how'd the song go. I thought that was more of a rock and roll shit that was attached to that. That was an Evanescence.
It's an Evanescence Seether mixture kind of thing. I love that song. Holy shit, that's funny. I forgot about that. All the Stars, Kendrick Lamar. No, not for Black Panther. That doesn't.
Not yet.
It's not the same thing.
Not the right. Yeah, Thomas James Punisher, which is really good.
Hmm.
Did you ever see the second one? Did you see Warzone?
Men in Black, the song Men in Black with Will Smith. Remember when they made that song with
Oh
Will
yeah.
Smith rapping in that shit?
What a cute. Well, come on, with your network.
Oh, that's funny. Holy
No,
shit.
free. Hell yeah, dude. I used to be like, what? Hey man, I used to
Yeah,
kill that shit. Kidding me?
exactly.
I still know the dance. Fuck that. Oh, that's classic.
Holy shit, that's funny.
Right. You're bringing me back right now, dude. Oh my god. Galaxy Defenders.
Yeah, exactly.
Warzone was booty cheeks, but the violence was great.
I never saw
Yeah,
Warzone.
the one in
I
Bland.
remember you asked me that. I haven't seen it.
Does Sin City have a banger song? No, sadly. It was all back in the day. Like nothing really recent had that. It sucks. Like, I don't know. Songs for superhero movie. I don't even know. How would you? Oh yeah, I'm stupid. Fucking Kiss from a Rose for Batman Forever. Sweet Christmas. Absolutely. Man, what? How did I? I'm so sorry, Seal. I let you down. Oh, fucking Ashes, Deadpool 2. How to forget that shit?
I don't count that.
Really?
That was so forced.
But it's such a great fucking song.
I love that song.
Yeah.
God
Such
damn.
a great fucking song.
I will fucking
I proudly
my-
blast that shit.
I will tear my vocal cords out in the car by myself to try to sing that song like Celine.
Bro, it
When
is the only Celine Dion song I really fucking like. Better than that song's better than the fucking Titanic one. All that shit. I fucking
It's so
love
good.
Ashes. So good.
Just recently, I showed the music video to my boss because he'd never seen it,
That's hilarious.
and because it's Deadpool dancing in heels with Celine
Right.
Dion there, and he's like,
Right.
"How did they get her to fucking do this?" It's like it's called a paycheck.
This thing
man.
only goes to 11, Spider-Man. I was like, oh, you Canadian beauty.
All right.
Was
What
there
else
any
y'all
X-Men
gotta talk
songs?
No,
was
I
there-
don't.
no,
I was
there
looking.
wasn't,
I was
right?
looking.
There's nothing for X-Men. Damn. Can beauty come out of? That's right. 2K. Damn, see it. Yeah. See, kind of know. Seal. I feel horrible for leaving that out for Batman Forever. That was like staple shit. And Space Jam doesn't count. That's not a comic book superhero film. I was like, fuck. That had one too. Bat Dance from Prince.
Okay, this
Oh.
doesn't actually count.
Yeah.
But from the Logan trailer, Johnny Cash hurt.
Oh, that doesn't count.
But my God, one of the greatest trailer songs.
doesn't count.
It was so fucking incredible. Oh my God.
It was good. No, don't get me started on fucking trailer music. Good God.
But yeah, I know that's all. You'll have to
Yeah,
change your pants.
I'd
but,
absolutely. But yeah, dude, because Kenya brought it up. You
Yeah.
watched. Spill it out, dude.
Yeah. So I watched Assault on Arkham. Fucking awesome. And I feel bad. Did you watch it? Did you watch me watch it or no?
Yeah.
Just okay. I think that's 10 times better than Phantasm.
Don't feel bad.
I mean, I do feel bad because I see people say like, well, Mask of the Phantasm is the greatest Batman story ever, and I'm like, okay, well, it just didn't work for me.
Say it like,
And,
okay, well,
It's like it was a very, and granted, it's from a long time ago, but like it's a very generic story now, so I'm not saying it's a bad movie or anything, of course not, but no, Assault on Arkham is fucking awesome. All the characters great. I think Deadshot is dope in it. I mean, I really like everybody. I didn't think I would like Harley right off the bat, but she grew on me very quickly, and I liked her a lot. Joker's fantastic in it, and yeah, Batman. Fuck that, like Batman in that.
Oh, dude, so
fucking dope. It was funny because like I remember you saying exactly that. Like you were like, yeah, like because I brought up my cousin said like Batman's barely in it, and I was like, okay, and you were like, because actually he's in it a lot more than I expected.
Yeah.
It ends up being most definitely a Batman movie by the end.
Oh yeah.
But how they use them,
Like the
it's
fucking boogeyman. I love
it's
it.
so good, man. Like, but it's also kind of funny because like
The Riddler is mine. It's like,
because
yes, he is.
it was funny because like the squad will randomly go, Waller, what the fuck? And she's like, what? And they're like, the bat's here. Like, and it's basically like, we obviously can't do anything anymore. And, and so it's great. You know, it's like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. They're pretty much fucked.
But yeah, if you have not seen Batman Assault on Arkham, it's fantastic. It was funny because like at the very beginning, I was like, holy shit. I was like, if Joker's there, who else is there? And I was like, are we actually going to see like the whole Rogues Gallery? And sure, obviously they didn't like give them a ton of shit, but like it was like,
just enough.
Batman's gonna have to beat them all again. And he does it very quickly, but like it's fucking dope, man. Like I didn't expect to see Bane, Poison Ivy, like all that. I'm like, let's fucking
all from the Arkham universe
too,
which I love.
And so no, it was really, really good. Amanda Waller should have been playing left tackle for the New York Giants.
That's how Amanda Waller really looks. Like terrible. Viola is in all when live action they always make it like, oh, slim. In the comic books, Amanda Waller's huge. She's a huge bitch.
Yeah,
like that's a huge bitch. Yeah. Yeah. And CCH Pounder plays her to perfection every time in animated shit. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, she was great. It was weird to see like because oh god, what was the girl's Killer Frost?
Yeah.
Like you almost saw her and Harley both naked.
Oh yeah, it's not a kiddie film at all.
That's weird to me in animation. Like I just am not used to that. Because I don't watch a lot of anime.
Used to really animated titties.
But like I was just like, oh god, like please don't show because like
brother, in anime, like, all there is titties. And
but like
worse.
I expected this to be something that played on Cartoon Network at some point or something. But as soon as those happen, I'm like, oh no, yeah, they can't do that, you know. And obviously the language and stuff, but like
blood and all that shit, no.
But like Adult Swim, maybe they played it on there. I don't know. I'm like, because where did those come out? You know, was it just straight to DVD?
Yeah,
kind of shit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was all just here you go, glory.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. And the cast for the whole movie is awesome. Like the guy that they have play like Deadshot, I can't think of his name, but
Ian McShane. Not Ian McShane. It's Ian something.
But he's a Howling Commando from the first Captain America and all that shit.
Yeah, he's Dun Dugan.
And and he was just in the first What If episode too. Like,
yep. And he was a shitty ass bison in fucking Street Fighter 2.
He's also in
Walking Tall.
Walking Tall. That's right. That's the one I know about. Get your tail lights fixed.
What's wrong? Broken.
Oh man, so good.
Oh god, it's Nostalgia's Lane. Oh my god, I'm trying to look up Walking Tall. I put up Walking Dead. I'm like, why are they giving me Andrew Lincoln and shit? What is Neil McDonough? Man. That's his name, Neil McDonough.
Yeah, but
that's hilarious. And Ronan, I want because you mentioned this about trailer music with the Avengers. You're thinking of the wrong one, brother. The only trailer music you need to associate with Avengers is 9 Inch Nails. We're in this together. That shit was fire.
Was that
when it dropped?
Did I just see that somewhere? I can't remember.
I forgot what song he said he put in here, but I was like, what? No. You and me, we're in this together now. Oh, sorry, 2K said that.
Oh my god, I fucking hated that shit in that trailer. That's so bad. Oh god, I do remember that trailer.
That was dope back then.
It plays at the end of Captain America 1. If you like go to the after credit scene, it's and it's like, oh
that's
god,
the after credit was the trailer to Avengers.
Yeah,
I just liked it because. Like when I did it and like the fucking Avengers were like falling over like the title, like that was awesome. I was like, oh, this is fucking epic. It was cool, but it only got epic the minute Iron Man came out the water and then dipped off, and then like the Ace started forming around the shit as the music plays. That was epic. The rest I was like, okay, fine. And then the fucking Iron Man helmet closed. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Oh my god, that's so funny, Kenya. his picture is The Rock with the 2x4 with his face over it. That's his picture on YouTube. Like click his
Are you
click his
serious?
message and make it big.
Wow.
I never even noticed that. That's funny as fuck. How
What
dare
the
you, sir?
hell?
Oh my god, that's funny.
Wow.
I fucking love Walking Tall though. It's actually like a great movie.
Yes, it is. What are you saying?
Oh my
Actually, how
God.
dare you?
Well,
This
I bet you there are people in this chat that haven't seen it. It's like it's got some cheese, but it's also like you root for him like a fucking.
Oh yeah.
That. Oh my god, so good.
Oh
When-
my god.
When he goes in there, he's like he's going in that casino and he's got that shotgun and he's like, God damn! And he throws the shotgun in and grabs that 2x4 and it's a straight up 2x4. So then you realize how big his fucking hand is because he's just holding that
He just
shit
holding
with
this
one hand.
shit.
And it's
what
like
the
that's a whole 2x4, man.
right.
It's fucking dope.
Breaking
and-
fucking arms and
And when
kneecaps.
and like I was a kid when that came out. What year did that come out?
Oh,
Got a
God.
guess? Come on, movie trivia, Schmodown.
That's always been my weakness.
I know that's what I'm asking.
Oh, it pulled up, so I automatically cheated. I know it's still here, but it's 2004.
Okay. But like I distinctly remember whenever Johnny Knoxville's in that movie. That's
Yeah.
right. That's so funny. He's good in it.
Yep,
He's not
he
bad.
is good. He is good.
But no, and fucking Zero from
Yeah, holes.
Holes is in that shit. That's right. Oh my god.
Absolutely.
But when he throws that 2x4 into that mirror,
Yeah.
and that was the first time I'm like, oh my god, they're watching you. Because it was a two-way mirror. I was like, holy shit, they're just up there watching you.
Yep.
And yeah, I was just, oh god, that's so good, man.
Yeah, it's
that's
fucking one of Kevin Durant's early fucking movies too. Before he was popping up and everything.
Who's that? Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh my god. Just generic goon number one now for everything. He's the one goon that like gets lines in everything. Yeah, that's correct. That's him.
It's insane. He was great in Smoking Aces though. He was him and Chris Pine. Listen, have you seen that movie? Bro, it's so fucking fun. That was like the start of like Ryan Reynolds, like
really
taken seriously. But that movie, Smoking Aces, is so much fun. It's brutal. It's like the first for like so many people, like Chris Pine, Jason Bateman, Ben Affleck. Not the first, but everybody in the mother's fucking in this. It's so good, so fun. Yeah, people in the chat, let them know about Smoking Aces. It's so fun.
I see people asking what my next movie is. You have on the list Dark Knight Returns. I think I might go with Under the Red Hood first, just because I'm interested in seeing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Walking Tall has a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
fuck
stupid.
All of you.
That's so
movie's
stupid.
Great.
Who played Red Hood? Who are you talking about, Kenya? Yeah, no, it's that's fucking stupid. Yeah, it's really fucking dumb. That made me upset.
Yeah. But yeah,
Red Hood's gonna do.
I think Red Hood. That's the one I'm like most interested in at the moment, just because I actually don't know the straight up story super well. So like I will be clueless. For like obviously I know that it's it's a Robin, and all that shit. Like I know that it's all that shit, but like I want to watch the actual movie because everyone has always said how that's the one that people are like, oh, DC animated movie. Have you watched Under the Red Hood yet? I'm like, no, but
it's really great. It's one of the few on there where Kevin Conroy actually isn't playing Batman.
Right.
So it's like, damn it. But Bruce Greenwood does a good job.
Okay, good.
He voices him a few times. Kevin Conroy obviously is number one, but there's another dude, Jason something, who plays Batman in like the New 52 type ones, who's really good. Just cool. And no, the Justice League U2 song Heroes, I did not like for U2. I'm sorry. We can be heroes. I was like, okay, I'm okay with that. But all right. So I think
I'm good.
Pretty good here. Pretty
Yes.
damn good. Great show. Y'all gave us a lot towards the end. Very interactive. Really cool. Very nostalgic. I loved it. I'm about to listen and watch like 50 billion things right now. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm about to go watch Everybody and the Mother's reactions to Eternals now that I've actually seen the fucking thing. Oh yeah, Peter Weller for the Dark Knight Returns voice is fucking iconic. I'll give you that, Ronan. Yes, as old Batman. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. That's RoboCop if you don't know who Peter Weller is.
Gotcha.
Yes, gotcha. Yeah, I know, Kenya. But yeah, so thank you. You made it this far. Like we said, thank you so much for stepping by for episode 38 of the Film Cave. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, really helps the channel and this video reach a lot more people. We appreciate your support. Hit that notification bell to be reminded when all episodes drop and more. So Logan, you can find his link to the trailer in my description box. What do you got coming up? Let the people know.
Yeah, man. Well, tomorrow morning, or I guess for a few hours for you, What If, episode 3. I don't even think I know what it is.
Big shoes to fill. It's Nick Fury and Black Widow.
Okay, interesting. So I'm interested. You know, I'll be doing a reaction for it. I don't think it'll be as good as episode 2, and I think that's okay.
Nope.
So I'm looking forward to whatever they do.
That was its peak. Now we're just along for the ride.
I know, yeah. Now just give me good shit, and I'll be very happy. So
right.
Yeah, that's what I got going on. Full thing on Patreon, edited down thing for YouTube, and everybody's happy.
Jazzer, lover, and you guys know exactly where you can find me. If you're there, you already know. Right up top, that's my tag for all social media, so make sure you go follow. Excuse me, that's on fucking TikTok, Insta, Twitter, all that good shit. So make sure you go follow. So yeah, make sure you join us here right again next week, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, depending on where if I fucking work or not. Might be 9, might be later, but of course we will let you know. But yeah, man. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for stopping on by.
Thank you.
That's right. It's your boy. Right.
And I'm Logan.
Yes, sir. We'll see y'all in the cave. Peace.
Later, guys. Hello, Peter.